news now. Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Are the news, guys. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. Fight we do every single day, Monday through Friday, here on the Matrixxx Groove Hour, 1 p.m., 1300 hours. It is January 6th, 2020, folks. And boy, have we got a show for you today. We were going to be serious a little bit today because this is serious. The mainstream news is lying about everything that's going on right now. What's really going on in Iran? We're going to cover a little bit of that. And, you know, we've got the full picture. Anons know what is happening in Iran. And United States of Q, got to order up some booming. I love it. Let's do this. Let me bring in my partner in justice, Shady Groove. Shady.
Hello. How are you doing, my friend?
Wow, I'm doing good. I'm just a little annoyed with the news out there with this.
I'm very annoyed.
Soleimani and people, even our Fox News friends, yet aren't digging on or touching on what we're going to dig on today. So hopefully,
you mean the respected general?
Their general, yeah.
The much revered and respected general.
Much revered and respected.
I'm telling you what, man, I'm about to come out of my skin watching these people talk about this guy.
Oh, and we're really worried about Iran, coming and hurt it. Dude, Patriots are in control, folks. We have control. There's no doubt about it. We would not have gotten Soleimani. We would not have gotten al-Baghdadi without control of the intelligence agencies, period.
Well, I think that we can kind of tell that we have control of the intelligence agencies because they didn't know it was going to happen, right?
That's right.
They don't have their little back channels, their little leaking, their NSC. Everybody's listening to the phone call. People know what's going on. And, we did have the New York Times thing, though. They kind of warned the guy. So something was going on. But for the most part, it seems like our intelligence was very tight-lipped. Mike Pompeo on Chris Wallace yesterday morning was pretty stern and firm with the I guess the BS rhetoric, I guess you could call it.
That's right. Oops, Mike Cernovich, he blocked me after I confronted him.
What?
After I confronted him. Well, I confronted him down in where was it? Down at the event. Yeah, down in Florida. Yep.
And you asked him what?
I asked him why are you and Alex Jones and InfoWars hurting the Q movement? Why are you guys attacking us?
Did he have an answer?
Nope. I don't really get into all that. Then I was blocked. There he is.
Yeah. Well, he's got his own issues.
Oh God, man. So, but he's, he was tweeting a little bit on. This is how I realized because we were looking at some of the Epstein didn't kill himself stuff. But look at this tweet about Sarah Huckabee, folks. Look at Sarah Huckabee. How many of you are thinking that Qasem Soleimani was the Democrats' bagman in Iran?
I do.
Raise your hand, guys. Press 17 if you guys know. Are Democrats getting some kickbacks? And I want to say not just Democrats. Okay, there is Republicans too, guys. Are Democrats getting some kickbacks a la Ukraine from the $150 billion Obama so generously gave to the mullahs?
What a president.
Is this why the congressional Democrats are so mad? That tweet is probably one of the best tweets so far of 2020. I know it's only 6 days in, but
that's a direct laser pointer.
Yeah, that's direct, very direct laser pointer.
Because we all know what's going on with Ukraine, and even with all the stuff that we've been seeing in the mainstream news about Ukraine, you haven't seen one pundit even mention Uranium One, not even broadly, not even touch it, like it's completely off their radar.
That's right. And let's kind of start it off with this. Yeah, and we've seen, should we touch a little bit on the Golden Globes, guys? I mean, wow. Doesn't it seem like President Trump wrote that monologue?
Yeah, it does seem like that. Hopefully, Ricky Gervais had Secret Service protection leaving there last night.
Right. Let me get into some of this then, real quick, and then we're going to get right into this because it's very important. What we're going to discuss today, and I know we've all seen the stuff, but look at the Golden Globes. Ricky Gervais dropped some bombs at the red carpet event. Reminds me of this. When will we have a mother of all bombs, a Moab? Should we tell all good people watching the day and time? Red carpet rollout? Think logically. The world is watching. Cue. It's a red carpet event.
And that was a pretty spectacular calling out last night. And I don't think anybody expected it. He did preface it when at the beginning he said, I'm never doing this again. And I think he's right about that.
Right? Hollywood braced as Ricky Gervais prepares to host the Golden Globes with plenty of Irish interest. There he is there. So that was very amazing. And there is another one I want to show you here that Pseudonym has a PSA note for everybody for future reference. Gervais did not kill himself, just so you know.
No, he did not. He's not suicidal.
I think the sewage on the red carpet wasn't that an older article?
Yes, that was from 2014. I saw that going around. That was from 2014, guys.
Yep. So facts matter, guys. But
still, it did happen.
It did. And don't forget that we did have a post, I believe, of possible the Hollywood Anon. Did you see that, right. Shady?
Yes. The one where he had the Golden Globe in the bathroom.
Yep. Right here. There it is. There's your Golden Globe.
Initially, a lot of people were speculating that Hollywood Anon was Downey, Robert Downey.
Or Ronan Farrow.
Some people are saying that now. I'm seeing that out there, too.
I'm wondering if it was Ricky Gervais.
It might have been.
I mean, he could have grabbed one of these things off the thing and put it in the toilet and took a picture of it, right?
I'm hoping that this is somebody that is working with investigators.
So, the Discord folks have been digging on Ronan Farrow, and it's kind of interesting. Very interesting. In this room, there are some of the most important TV and film directors in the world, people from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. Very interesting, right?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on with that kid.
Yeah. Look at MTV News even says the monologue was tough on Tom Hanks. I know we're talking about the Hanks stuff, so I'm looking at it. Look at it. Oh, Epstein didn't kill himself, huh? Ha 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 ha, she says. He goes, oh boy.
I recommended Mr. Gervais not visit Arkansas.
Right? Ricky Gervais did not kill himself. All right, so let's look at a couple of these. Here's one here, Shady. Let's watch this.
Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care. You had to make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? Right, but seriously, most films...
Wow, did you see the faces?
Yeah, they were pretty not laughing. They were not laughing good.
Yeah. Why are they going to protect that, guys? Why would they not laugh because it is funny, right? Isn't it, guys?
Would you groan if you were in that audience?
Yeah.
You wouldn't groan, would you, if you heard that joke?
I'd be laughing my ass off.
You'd be laughing, right? Well, the whole audience groaned.
Yeah, I know they groaned.
So
prove me wrong, Honest Content says.
Prove me wrong.
That's right. Let's listen to this. Here we go.
The companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and...
Wow.
Oh my God!
Thank your agent and your God.
They're clapping and he's putting them all down!
Right.
That was, you saw, what's his name? Tom Hanks there going...
He didn't think it was funny.
Right.
And what was his name? Not Stephen King, the other guy. Oh, I can't think of his name. Spielberg. Spielberg didn't think it was funny.
No. This is the entire speech, the opening speech. Well worth the view, guys. If you haven't seen,
There's some laughs in it,
I mean, it's 7 minutes and 43.
and there's some truth in it too.
A lot of truth. It's almost like, I think it was Queued Up that said that to me. I can't remember. Was it Queued Up? Said that this sounded like President Trump's roast. Remember when he roasted Hillary Clinton and all those people?
It was exactly the same type of direct attack.
Yeah.
And it also, matches up to the post where it says, we can, even though the host has to put himself aside, it's kind of the similar thing as what Waters was doing. He's like putting it out there. He's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you doing? He's your friend. And then he made a comment. He made a joke about Prince Andrew as well.
Yeah, and what's his name from the Titanic?
DiCaprio.
Yeah, that his girlfriend is going to be too young.
No, he said
too old.
No, he said that DiCaprio and his date went to a 3-hour movie. By the time the movie was over, DiCaprio's date was too young for him.
Or too old for him. Was it too old? I can't remember.
Yeah, no, he was saying that she was too old for him. That's right. Yeah, that's correct. Sorry.
Yeah, because they like the young ones apparently. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's look at this one too. Here's a couple little skits here. Here we go. Of course, I can't even turn the volume on for you guys. Hang on. Look at that.
Oh.
I can't. All right, let me just refresh.
It doesn't. It's not. Twitter is doing all kinds of stuff like that. It's hiding pictures, hiding memes and GIFs.
Yep. Here we go. Let's see.
Of this next movie is a naive, misguided child who spreads Nazi propaganda and only has imaginary friends. His name is Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, sorry. This is an old intro for The Social Network. I'm actually talking about Jojo Rabbit. It's nominated for 2 Golden Globes and is directed by its star,
So pretty interesting, right? Look at that. I mean, what an amazing time that was. Let's see, just called up. Here we go. Let's watch this one, Shady, since you called it out. Here we go.
It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him.
Too old. Too old for him. He laughed. It's funny. Ha 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 ha.
Even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate,
Oh my God, dude.
They all run in the same circles and so connected. It's like this running joke in Hollywood.
They thought you would follow the stars. Here, let's watch this one.
Kill me. We're nearly done. Jeez. 3, it's already. Right, last one. Come on, guys. Our next presenter starred in Netflix's Bird Box, a movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing. Sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein. You did it. I didn't. You did it.
Shut the F
Please
up.
welcome Sandra Bullock.
Wow. I know that volume might have been low, but wow.
I didn't do it. You did it.
Yeah. So was this white hat op, guys? This is your Moab on the red carpet event?
If nothing else, we definitely tossed a smoke bomb in the room.
Oh my gosh. So there you go, guys. Very cool stuff. Just wanted to kind of touch on that. But let's get into what's going on in Iran, folks.
Let's do, because this is just getting a little bit absurd of the mainstream narrative here.
I mean, Anons are kind of, we know, but, nobody on the Twitterverse is really getting into this as much yet, but they will now. This is basically, these are the Iran drops, and I reversed them in order from newest to first, okay? And I think we need to go through, I know there's 71 of them, but they tell a really good story, folks. Actually, they paint the picture of what's really going on in Iran, Shady.
Yes, they do.
All right, so go ahead. Let's just take it, Shady. Go.
All right, you want me to take the first one?
Let's do it.
This was all the way back, post number 39, 11/2/17. Would it blow your mind if I told you BO has been in NK and perhaps there now, referencing Barack Obama at this point?
And North Korea. Yep.
Why did his administration do little to slow their nuclear missile capabilities? Who feeds North Korea with strategic intel? Iran? What deal was done with Iran under BO? Why was the deal sealed under a top secret classification? Why wasn't Congress notified?
Oh, Congress wasn't notified, huh, Shady?
Nope, they sure weren't.
Interesting.
And why, after BO left office, all of a sudden North Korea has nukes and the tech to miniaturize for payload delivery within the U.S.? What about NSA, CIA, DI, etc., all confirming the tech won't be in place for 5+ years? Statements made in 2016? Why is all of this relevant, and what does it tell you? Big picture rare. This was within the first 4 days of the drops. This was before Q started using a trip code. This was whenever he was verifying the drops in later drops. But look at this is post
and
number 39.
This is when he called him Barack Obama, because now BO is Bruce Orr, as we know.
Right. And also there was confusion on the boards. Remember back then for board op, people didn't understand what he was talking about. So
board owner.
Hussein, board owner, right.
Yeah, board owner. So we changed it to Hussein. And then we had to get, Bruce Orr in there as well, because the world is connected, folks. This is 48. Q post 48, 11/2/2017. What is Q clearance? What hint does that explicitly refer to? The Department of Energy? Who would have the goods on uranium-1? Does stating Q refer that the person works in the DOE? No. Does it refer that someone dropping such information has the highest level of security within all departments? Answer is yes, guys. Why is this relevant? May 2010, Barack Obama. Russia should be viewed as a friendly partner under Section 123, the Atomic Energy Act of 1954. After agreeing to a nuclear war weapon reduction deal and helping U.S. with Iran. Who is the enemy? What is being continually stated by all Ds? Russia is what? What did Russia reset really provide? Clearance pathway to complete the U1 deal? Why is the Canadian Prime Minister so important? They never thought they were going to lose. The calm before the storm, folks. Wow.
Telling a story already.
All right, here, let's go to the 50. This is a big drop, Shady.
Big drop. 11/2. This is the same day. How did North Korea obtain uranium? And how did Iran obtain uranium? Why did Barack Obama send billions in cash and wire to Iran? Why the cash component? Was the hostage component a cover? For what? Cloud, or could only any of the cash component be handed off to other people? How many planes carried the cash into Iran? Did it all land in Iran? Did it all land in the same location? Why is this relevant? Who controls North Korea? Who really controls North Korea? Don't think of a single person. Think of a powerful entity. Why is this important? Why are wars so important? Who benefits? What does hostage refer to? Who can be held hostage and controlled by North Korea having miniaturized nuclear weapons? Where is Obama today? Where is Valerie Jarrett, Alice in Wonderland?
So that's very interesting. So who could be held hostage? The president of the United States? Everybody else, really.
Yes.
Right. So, what we're seeing here now is that these people that are screaming the loudest in the House Democrats, they're all bought and paid for politicians. They're all involved in this U1 deal, and this is what they're hiding. And in fact, because we had such good intelligence, they wanted to create a distraction with Soleimani. They created the false flag of them beating on the door of our Iraq embassy. They did it, folks. And guess what? Our president and our military intelligence are in control, folks.
I mean, we're going to go through a bunch of these. people, you have to realize, you have to understand that Iran is connected to all of these people, connected to Huma Abedin, connected to Peter Strzok, connected to Valerie Jarrett, connected to Lisa Page. Their families are from there. We've dug on them and aggregated all this information to show that all these people that were in the FBI and the DOJ were functional components of the Iranian regime, bloodlines, if you will, of that and the protectors of this whole thing. So it seems to me like they thought they could just send all this money to Iran and no one was ever going to know the difference. And we wouldn't have had Donald Trump not gotten elected. There's no way we would have known this.
That's right. That's right.
It's impossible. They were hiding. I mean, they were, like what information was coming out before the president was elected? Tom Fenton was scratching and clawing to get one document every day.
Yeah.
They weren't turning over anything. They weren't complying with subpoenas. But we're supposed to. But Don McGahn is supposed to go roll over on the president in front of the Senate and comply with the subpoena. Whenever none of these people at all were complying with any of the information that what the heck they're doing with sending billions of pallets or billions of dollars on pallets to Iran.
That's right. And here we are. This is the next one on 11-4, Shady. Follow Huma. Who connects HRC, Clinton Foundation, to SA? Why is this relevant? Who is the Muslim Brotherhood? In fact, they're out there, the squad is out there, right, saying, oh my God, because we're going to expose their scam, guys. It's all going to come out. All of this is coming out, folks. The news
Who really funds the squad?
That's right. Who is the Muslim Brotherhood? Who has ties to MB? Who is Awan? What is the Awan group? Where do they have offices? Why is this relevant? And that was defined cash laundering, folks. What is the relationship between SA and Pakistan? So that's where Awan brothers are, right? Why is this relevant? Why would Saudi Arabia provide tens of millions of dollars to U.S. senior government officials? Why does SA obtain in exchange for payment? What does SA obtain in exchange for payment? Why is access important? So they got access. What happened when HRC lost the 2016 election? Remember that? So we arrested a bunch of Saudi Arabians, and there was kind of like a government change there, right? What happened when the HRC? So how much money was provided to the Clinton Foundation by Saudi Arabia during 15 and 16? HRC lost. Loss of access, power, control. Does the repayment of funds to SA occur? If so, how? Why did Barack Obama send billions in cash to Iran? Why wasn't Congress notified? Why was this classified under state secrets? Who has access to state secrets? Do you think Q Clearance has access to state secrets, Shady?
I do.
Okay. Where did the planes carrying the cash depart from and land? Did the planes all land in the same location? How many planes carried the cash? We're going to find out 4. Why is this relevant? What does this have to do with North Korea? What does this have to do with Saudi Arabia, Clinton Foundation cash donations? What does this have to do with ISIS? What does this have to do with slush funds? Why is SA so vitally important? Follow the money. Who has the money? What is happening in Saudi Arabia today? Why is this relevant? Who was Abdullah bin Abdulaziz? What events transpired directly thereafter, right? How was POTUS greeted compared to other former presidents when in SA? They gave him a shield dance, the sword dance. They gave him a sword. I mean, he was treated like royalty, right? Why is this relevant? What is the meaning of this tradition? What coincidentally was the last tweet set out by POTUS? Why is this relevant? Was that an instruction of some kind to who? Why is this relevant? Where was POTUS when that tweet was sent? Why is that relevant? What attack took place in Saudi Arabia as operations were undertaken? Flying objects? What U.S. operators are currently in SA? Why is this relevant? Questions, provide answers. Alice in Wonderland, Q.
Pretty big, huh?
Yep.
And Abdullah bin Abdulaziz was the former king of Saudi Arabia. He passed away in 2015.
That's right. Here he is, right here. Okay, so this is all connected to Iran and the false flag that the deep state is pulling on our president. But guess who's 5 steps ahead, guys?
It's hard. It's so hard for people to understand that they're not an independent country, and that we have, that the American intelligence agencies have been in control of that country since before the turn of the century and before the turn of the 1900th century. And so this boogeyman created aspect of the news media, they just keep playing the same old fiddle. They won't acknowledge any of this information.
Yeah.
But this is the truth. I mean, we're looking at the truth here. We're looking at how the people within the governments of Saudi Arabia, within the governments of Iran, have been controlled for decades by deep state subverts who, initiated a coup and then pretty much control the people. Now we have bin Salman in there who rounded up, what's his name? His name eludes me off the top of my head, but the main guy in Saudi Arabia that's working with the Clinton Foundation and all of his other cronies, and put them in the Hilton there, and had a little interrogation session with them.
Look at Judicial Watch here, Shady, from 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Clinton. Right? So there was a donation of $31.3 million donation to William Jefferson Clinton Foundation, as well as a future pledge of $100 million.
Oh. $100 million, huh?
And this brings up the Frank Gustera, right? Interdasting, guys. These guys were selling out America, and it's all relevant. So this is the same post, 11:15, and Q responds to this post that we just read. Right? Doesn't he? Or no? It's a repost. Okay, it's a repost because obviously it's very important, right? This is a very important post. All right, so let's go to the next one, Shady. 118.
118. What family was permitted to leave immediately after 9/11? That would be the bin Laden family. Who authorized the departure? That would be Robert Mueller. Why is this relevant? Why was anyone else permitted to leave? Repeat, was anyone else permitted to leave? Was it on a private plane? What can private planes carry versus commercial? What airport did they arrive in? Whoa, drop me.
Well, I'm sorry, Shady. Here we go.
You're good. I was reading off of you there.
Yep, you got it.
What airport did they arrive in? No, I lost me.
I'm sorry. What private planes carry commercial? There you go.
Yeah, there we are. What was carried on a private plane to Iran? And why was the bin Laden family here during 9/11? Coincidence? How does SA connect to the bin Laden family? Saudi Arabia. Who is in Saudi Arabia is connected specifically to the bin Laden family? And that was Talil. That was the guy's name, bin Talil.
That's right.
What did they deliver? And to who? Why? What does money buy? Why are the events in Saudi Arabia relevant to the above? Who is the financial backer for human trafficking?
Mm-hmm.
Who is the broker for underage sex? Think SA. How does Facebook and Instagram play a role in the capture? Think Taken. Okay, that's big. I'm going to come back to that in a second.
They used to use yearbooks for that, but go ahead, Shady. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Why do select senior political officials have foundations and institutes? What is money laundering? What does money buy? Why is this relevant? What other people were arrested in Saudi Arabia? What are their backgrounds? Are any connected to the Podesta group? Why is this relevant? What do you need in order to prosecute senior political officials? How do you avoid public misconception? How do you justify counter-political attacks to the mass public? Why is information so vital? Is the country divided? Why does the mainstream media portray the country as being divided? Why is this relevant? Q. A lot to unpack in that post. Going back to the reference to Taken, this is, your Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that. That is that would be like window shopping for your kids from these creeps.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, if someone in Saudi Arabia had found your child to be of interest to them, how much do you think it would cost them to send somebody here to get them?
Right.
You know, that's what these platforms are actually used for, child trafficking.
And what if these private planes were used to for the U-1 as well, guys?
And I think that's what Q is insinuating. I think Q is insinuating that this uranium one thing was going way back during the Bushes, has to do with the plot on 9/11, has to do with getting fissile material out of the country under the cover. Do you remember under when we were in the Bush administration, Matrixxx? Remember whenever we had like the missing nuke?
Yeah.
And like it ended up like there was the nuclear weapon was turned up missing, and then they pretended like it showed up in Louisiana or something, and it was all like it was paperwork. It was a paperwork mess up, but they flew a nuke over the Midwest.
Yeah, wasn't that from Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota
to Bakersfield in Louisiana, right? Am I right about that?
Yeah, that was 2007, wasn't it?
I thought it was. No, I thought that was. Maybe it was before. I definitely thought it was under Bush. For some reason, I thought it was earlier than that.
There's Bush sitting there.
Okay, so that was 2007. That was actually later than I thought. But I think this has something to do with the way that they got caught moving something. More than likely, they're moving all kinds of nuclear material around the planet without anybody knowing. We obviously see they have every lever of control.
Right.
So, this was part of. I think this was part of that operation, trying to get this material out of the U.S. and into the hands of boogeymen.
Right. Absolutely correct. It's all part of it, guys, and it's not just Democrats, guys. Right?
No, it's not. And Iran is saying that. Just to throw that out there, they are threatening.
Yep. They actually sound just like the Democrat Party, don't they?
Yeah, well, Iran is. Well, they're saying, look, if you continue to escalate tensions, we're going to start outing senators and congressmen.
Yep.
Because they all took deals.
That'll be in here too. Well, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they're saying this in public, causing even more deep state panic, because they're like, oh my God, we're going to be exposed on both sides.
Absolutely. Dan, you just put a big part of the puzzle together. I think they used that plane to move the stolen gold from Building 7 also. The gold was actually under depository trust on 55 Water Street. I've seen it with my own eyes. Just FYI, Fret. But, they still stole gold, no matter where it was. 136. This is the listing of all the banks, folks. Rockefeller / Payseur. That's where the money comes from. The Federal Reserve was started by the Payseurs and the 3 railroads, folks. Okay. And then I have an interesting thing too, Shady. When I was remember we talked about Saddam Hussein thought he was Nebuchadnezzar?
Sure. Yep.
So I turned on, and I don't watch the show very often, but I'm like, oh, what's on TV? It was kind of late, I'm like, oh. I turned on Ancient Aliens, and guess what they were talking about?
What?
Saddam Hussein being Nebuchadnezzar. And it ties to, and he thought, so he was Nebuchadnezzar II, coming back as Nimrod. That connects to the Payseurs, folks. So I dropped that in for Kiwi and our team to kind of dig on, but the world is connected, guys. There's something to this, folks, and we're going to get to that eventually. But
that's also the quote unquote cradle of civilization, where the actual ancient Babylon was. So
That's right. Now, let's flash back to Sarah Huckabee real quick. You see what we're showing here, guys? We're showing what Sarah Huckabee is talking about. Okay, ready? Here we go. So this is QPost 194 on November 22nd, 2017. It's Uranium 1, Canada, EU, Asia, European Union, Iran, North Korea, Iran deal. Now, remember we just said Canada. Remember we just talked about Justin Trudeau. That's who this is. He's part of the Uranium One scandal, folks. That's why he's so divisive. Also, remember we just saw Pompeo say that the EU countries are also sounding like the Democrats. Why? We'll get to that in a second. Because they got a black market they wanted to set up in Iran. And we'll get to that in a second, folks. Also a black site. So, guys, this is the real story in Iran. Ready? So this is it. Iran deal. Why is this relevant? Reread drops regarding North Korea and Iran. Why? What does it mean to be covered in gold? Which couple was photographed covered in gold? The public release was a mistake. Who released the picture? Who has all the information? Why? What does it mean to be covered in gold? Can you locate one other picture with Y head covered in gold? What does this represent? And there's your pyramid. The sum of all fears. Q.
Wow.
So I think that Rothschild picture of them covered in gold is in my intro, correct? Is that the one we're talking about, Shady?
It's very possibly the one we're talking about.
And you guys, if you guys have anything on that in this live dig that we're doing with you guys today, go ahead and let us know what you guys think too. That's very amazing, guys. All right, so here we go. Iran deal, right? So uranium 1, Canada, European Union, Asia, Iran, North Korea, Iran deal. Why is this relevant? Okay, so this is a repost. Look at, that's a repost, guys. Remember, Q says duplicate posts mean they're important, okay? 199, Shady.
Uranium 1, Canada, EU, Asia, Iran, North Korea. Where did it end up? What was the purpose? Who was supposed to win the election in 2016? Why was the Iran deal kept from Congress and placed at the highest level of classification? Remember, nobody could see this. No senators, congressmen, no one could see what was really in this deal. Meaning a United States senator could not review the deal, but other foreign powers could. How much money was hand-delivered by the planes, and why in cash? Where did the planes actually land, and what was the cover? Who paid for Barack Obama to attend Harvard? Talil. Why would this occur pre-political days? Who is the biggest contributor to the Clinton Foundation?
SA.
The graphic is key. And why does the mainstream media push conspiracy without any investigation? Brr. Who controls the mainstream media? What does the word conspiracy mean to you? Has the word conspiracy been branded to mean something shameful in today's society? The word cannot handle the truth. The world cannot handle the truth. The pill cannot be swallowed by most. Risk in painting the picture, the sum of all fears. Q. This is why we were seeing so much angst in the early part of this drops, because of all of this stuff that was real, connecting us to Saudi Arabia, connecting us to Iran, showing how those two countries were actually working in tandem with one another to spread terror, to attack America on 9/11, to do all of this stuff around the world as we put our troops, it's a real fun game, right, Matrixxx?
Yeah, it is.
We go over there, we put a bunch of troops right down there in the middle of where they're at, and then we start doing all this stuff on the world stage, making all the people mad at us. And so instead of them having to figure out a way to get over here to hurt somebody, we just put our people right there for them to hurt.
That's right. So what is the sum of all fears? Well, it's a movie, Shady, right?
Yes, it is.
And it was a spy thriller film directed by Phil Robinson, based on Tom Clancy's novel, right? We know who Tom Clancy is, right? Tom Clancy was what's his name? Steve Pachinik is based on him, apparently. And this is the clear and present danger, blah, blah, blah. The film is a plot by an Austrian neo-Nazi to trigger a nuclear war between the United States and Russia. Okay? That's why Q says that. What is conspiracy, folks? And we know that this word means a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. Are we, because we have a theory, are we doing anything unlawful or harmful, Shady?
No. Are we doing it in secret?
No.
Huh. So, wait a minute then. So if we're not doing it in secret, and we're not doing anything unlawful, and we're not harming anyone, exactly what is conspiracy?
It's a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. It's a conspiracy to destroy the government. Yep.
Well, but that seems like a conspiracy, like what we're reading in these Q posts. That seems like a conspiracy, a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful and harm people?
Yep, and they have Hollywood, the media, right? All in lockstep with them, Shady.
Yeah, and so anytime you say anything that isn't a mainstream media narrative, you are a conspiracy theorist.
Right. Also, was it the FBI or CIA? I can't remember. Invented the word conspiracy
CIA,
theory.
1967. This was the word conspiracy theory was invented as a cover because of all the stuff that was getting out about JFK.
Right. So like it was set in our minds as an anchor, right? Because they program you with these words.
Yes, a
and
spell.
It was a spell or an anchor to say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, so they just won't listen to what you say. So basically, if you go against the mainstream, narrative,
Right.
It's an invention of the CIA. Here you go, 1967. You're a conspiracy theorist, Shady.
There was so much stuff coming out. They ended up. It was the grassy knoll. Everyone. This was. It's interesting how this moment of the assassination of Kennedy became the division moment that really did split America up.
That's right.
Back then, because so many people couldn't understand why this was just not being looked at. Everyone had the information. Like they weren't able to hide information in public so easy. Jack Ruby was immediately killed, and then the connections with the guy that killed Jack Ruby, like it's just all connected to this cabal. We've made it very clear, but they're standing here looking back, conspiracy, the word conspiracy, they used for a cover, and it's been working for 40 years.
Yep. And then it even changed with the quote, 9/11 was an inside job. Who said that?
Yeah.
Alex Jones. Then you're called a truther.
Right.
Shady, you're a truther.
I know. And it's derogatory.
Yeah.
I should be a liar.
You should be a liar. That's better.
Yeah, that sounds like something that I could really get a date with.
Yeah, I'm a liar.
I'm a class 2 liar.
Yeah, buddy.
Wait a minute, I'm a truther. Oh, okay, well.
Truther. That's better, right? All right, so here we go.
Reality.
Let's go in. Let's keep going because this is painting the picture. This is what's happening in Iran right now that the media, the magic wand, is casting a spell. The media, remember, comes from Medes.
Tales,
the wizards of Medes were the Magi tribe, and they cast a spell on the population. The media. That's what the media is, guys. All right, so what if North Korea had a miniature nuke payload delivery in 2004? What if North Korea had ICBM capability since 2009? What if the previous tests that failed were staged? Why would this be relevant? Who is involved and why? Biggest cover-up in our history. Uranium One, Canada, European Union, Asia, North Korea, Iran deal, Russian reset. Q.
And in the grand scope of things, this is way bigger than impeachment.
Oh my God. This is huge. So they were trying to make Trump look bad. They're the ones that did the false flag on the embassy. And guess what? Because we have the intel agencies, Patriots are now in control, folks. This is why we got the quote-unquote awesome guy. What is he? Martyr? He's a martyr. Right? These people were saying that this guy is a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Unapologetically, bro.
That's right.
Like, they're not they're doing it with a straight face.
So they're being exposed, and we're here to expose them. You guys are the news now. And I was just like, Shady, we just need to go over the Iran drops again. Here we go. 247, Shady.
Have you been watching the news since Friday? Who's Peter Strzok? How was he compromised? How was he paid? Who's Melissa Hodgman? That's his wife. Company. Or no, that's Strzok's wife, right? Hodgman is Strzok's wife. Company.
Yep.
Title. Date of promotion. Focus on the date. What events regarding Peter recently occurred that you now know? Think HRC emails, Wiener, laptop, etc. Dates. Date of promotion of wife. How do they stack the deck? Who do they want inside the government? What are puppets? How do you control a puppet? Number 2 in the FBI? Wife connection? What is a pattern? Follow the wives. Keep watching the news this week. Future will prove past. Reread the crumbs. Small. How many D's and R's will not seek re-election? That turned out to be almost 40 of them.
Maybe
Why?
more now. Yeah.
Yeah, there will be this time. Yeah, they're coming around. What just passed in the Senate? Why? Who is their new handler? Do as told? Why is this relevant? Do you not understand the government is being gutted publicly? Bottom, middle, top. Hussein, Iran connection. Bombs away. Merry Christmas. And this was 2 years ago.
So here is Peter Strzok's wife.
Melissa Hodgman.
There she is.
What does she do?
She's an insurance policy, is his wife, SEC director, Melissa Hodgman, who has blocked the FBI's probe of the Clinton Foundation for 21 months and counting. And this was of July 19. Huh.
We have the info on these people.
Yep. So these are the emails that went from, were from and to Hillary Clinton. We've got it all, folks. We've got it all. It's just got to come out. But we're trying to push the mainstream media. We're hoping that, the Five will watch this show and start reporting the real news, guys. The real reason why Iran is happening today. 299, 12, 7, 17. Rothschilds. Cult leaders. Church. P. Banks, financial institutions, worldwide government control. Government controls people. SA, oil, tech, sex/children. SA controls assigned US, UK politicians. Tech companies primary. Soros controls organizations of people. Create division and brainwash, plus management. Operator of slush funds, personal net worth never reduces. Think DOJ settlements. Consumer Iran enviropacks, etc., etc. Rockefeller. Past. Authority over followers. Present. One triangle is removed. You see that? I believe that could be like Soros, right? Soros. Future. Order is critical. Strings cut to US, UK. Expand your thinking. Swamp drain. Sexual harassment. Exit plus future. R. No. Bomb away. Q. And there's ... So 4 dots there. Keep going. 4:30. Anon says, we already knew this, though. Q responds to him. What do clowns do with access to codes and tech? Who controls North Korea? Who really controls North Korea? What families are protected using leverage, bank and financial leverage? Nuke strike package leverage. Why is Iran protected? Why is Iran funded by the U.S.? Look at that. Why is Iran funded by the U.S.? What news about Iran broke? Drugs? What about WMDs? Why did Brennan and others provide false intel regarding North Korea's capability plus the Iran tech nuke development? Plate full? Have faith. Q. So there you go. They're providing BS information about capabilities of their systems. And then whenever she didn't win, they started making things public about the threat. All of a sudden, within 6 months of what was 5 years, they had nuclear tech and were going to be able, the whole media were saying they were going to be, nuking American cities within the hour. They're all freaking out about it. And guess what happened in Iran? Here's the opium. What does opium do, guys? They use it to take control of countries, guys.
You mean that's why we have an opium crisis in America?
Opioid? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so there we go. That's some interesting stuff, Shady. Wow. Brennan provided false intel, folks. Okay. Now, we know that just because, remember about the WMDs with Colin Powell, right, whatever his name is? Right.
They were telling the public that they were 5 years away from having capabilities when in fact they had already taken the material there and knew they had the capabilities right then.
That's right. Here we go. This is from James Bond. You only live twice, right here. But very interesting. I wonder where they got that from, right? Just imagine North Korea, like James Bond film. Their only little bit of hell, can you imagine with the cash they have stolen or been given, what they could have built on NK paychecks? They work or die sort of free. Q says this. 2011 shuttle program terminated by Hussein. U.S. loss of space dominance. With an article going to Fox News. Obama administration knew about North Korea's miniatures nukes, guys.
This was August 9, 17. So this was before the first Q drop.
That's right. And here you go. So Tuesday's bombshell Washington Post even story, the Defense Intelligence Agency, the DIA, has determined North Korea is capable of constructing a miniaturized nuclear weapon that could be used as warheads for missiles, possibly ICBMs. Left out a crucial fact. The DIA actually concluded this in 2013. The Post also failed to mention that the Obama administration tried to downplay and discredit this report at the time. I wonder why. Who really controls North Korea? Who really controls Iran, folks?
We do.
Well, not we. I don't.
Not we as patriots, but we as our intelligence. We paid for it.
Yep.
America paid for it.
Our taxpayer money paid for it, yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is very interesting stuff to keep going. What do you guys think? So this is it. This is the Iran nuke deal. North Korea nuke missile tech. SpaceX. They had a rat flying around on December 9th on their launch. Did you see the rat?
I did. That thing could breathe in space.
Rats in space. Space mouse. NASA Tech 2. Hillary Rodham Clinton SAPs. That's how they do business, guys. Right?
Special access programs.
Special access programs, private server. Connected. Oh, look at all that money in pockets, guys. The Eye of Ra, left eye marker, symbolism, evil, stupid, justice. Q. You guys getting the picture out there, guys? Phantom, hello. Fiona, hello. The Great Conspiracy, rats in space. Spud, how you doing? Am I getting attacked again? Am I over the target, Shady? Are we over the target and getting attacked again? We'll take it gladly. Badge of honor. I'll take it. Because the truth is very belligerent, folks. All right, let's go. 438, 12, 23, 17, Shady. This is, I think,
a repost there.
Repost. Look at that, guys. Okay, 570, Shady.
All right. Will Sessions drop the hammer? 1 of 22. Memo shifts narrative. Memo reinstates Sessions' authority regarding Russia. All. Memo factually demonstrates collusion at the highest levels. Memo factually demonstrates Hussein administration weaponized intel community to ensure victory or insurance. Memo factually demonstrates knowingly false intelligence provided to the FISA judges to obtain the warrants. Never thought she would lose. 16-year plan to destroy America. Hussein 8. Install rogue ops. Leak classified intel. Cut funding to military. Command away from generals. Launch good guy takedown on an internal remove. Valerie Jarrett, a sniffer. Secret special access program sell-off. Snowden, open source prisons, key score. Catastrophic to the U.S. military versus bad actors. Worldwide plus clowns into no such agency. Target, weaken conservative base. IRS and mainstream media. Open border, flood illegals. Win, ISIS, MS-13, fund, install. Fear, targeting, removal, domestic access or domestic assets, etc. Blind eye, North Korea, nuke build. Class 1, 2, 3. Blind eye, Iran, fund and supply. Blind eye, class 23 to 41. Stage SCAS 187.
Yeah, and that's Anthony Scalia of
Right,
Stage the Supreme Court.
Right. Uranium 1. Fund, supply, Iran, North Korea, plus reduce U.S. capacity. Kill NASA, prevent space domination, allow bad actors to take down military satellites worldwide, secure comms, install weapons of mass destruction. Risk of EMP, space, original, helpless, class 1 to 99. HRC 8, World War III, death and weapons, real war, fake and controlled, population growth control, pocket in billions, eliminate final rogue ops within the government and the military. Kill the economy, starve, need, enslave, open borders, revise the Constitution, ban the sale of firearms, Second Amendment removal, Install on-team Supreme Court justices, legal wins across spectrum of all challengers, AS 187. Removal of electoral college, popular vote is easier to manipulate. Illegal votes, Soros machines. Limit and remove funding of military, closure of U.S. military installations worldwide, Germany first. Destruction of opposing mainstream media, other news outlets, censoring class 1 through 59. Then we have the brackets. Pure evil, narrative intercept 4 a.m. Sessions, Nunez, Russian ops. Superb distortion of facts.
Repub.
Oh, sorry. What did I say? Superb?
Yeah.
What did I see?
Superb. But you are doing superbly, Shady.
Repub distortion of facts to remove Mueller. POTUS free pass. Shut down primary reasons. Distract. Weaken military assets. Ink illegal votes.
Include, yep.
Black voters abandoning. Keep them starved. Keep them blind. Keep them stupid. HRC March 13, 2013 intercept. The Great Awakening, fight. Q.
Yeah. Now, remember this, Shady, and, this is the post that came for this. This is the 16-year plan to destroy America, guys.
All right, this graphic is that drop.
That's right. So this is amazing. And let me do Clinton.
And even going way back into the 90s, they were circulating this stuff. If you want to do a little bit of research, you can look up Operation Vampire Killer, and you'll see the op that they were circulating to try to discern who in the military and police organizations would and would not obey orders to round up American citizens.
Right. I'm trying to find out that March.
Part of what this alludes to is that they were, they kept sending out all this stuff to try to test everyone, and then they were taking surveys and eliminating anyone who they thought would advance. You're not going to advance very far if you're not willing to go by the rules, and therefore they could get a lot of patriots out of higher orders of the military.
Yeah.
It was like a culling process.
Let me see. I'm trying to find the Hillary thing here real quick. Because we had this too, the Hillary Clinton intercept, March 13th, 2013.
Right.
Was this the person on the plane? I can't remember. That was murdered. I'm trying to find it. HRC. Hang on one second, guys. QAnon. All right, let's see. Lisa no, it's not going to really show us all this, I don't think. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it says keep them stupid. Right? Let me see. Trying to find my thread, but... I can't find it right now, guys. But very interesting drop right there, folks. Again, they are controlling the narrative. They're saying Russia, Russia, Russia. They are, distracting. They've weakened our whole country, folks. I mean, this is pure evil. Here we go. 751, Shady. I'm going to take that one because you just did that one. This is Operation Merlin Tech, guys. How about that? What do you think of that stuff, Shady? What do you think that is?
Oh, I got a little info on that.
Operation Merlin was a United States covert operation under the Clinton administration to provide Iran with a flawed design for a component of a nuclear weapon. Yeah, right.
No.
Flawed. Right. Flawed. But that's Wikipedia. They say flawed. Right? So the CIA, Hillary Clinton, gave them bombs, folks. Got it? All right. So, Operation Merlin Tech. Iran, North Korea. Iran deal funding. Iran, North Korea. T-cells. Payoffs. NK Nuclear, Mini, succeed. ICBM, success. War engine, protection, Q. That is what they're doing. They're protecting their war engine right now, guys.
Yes, they are. This goes back to, there's articles in the mainstream media. Look, even back as far as 2006 on this that are in the mainstream media, from The Guardian even. Here, I'll drop you.
You mean this one?
There you go. Exactly that one.
George Bush insists that Iran must not be allowed to develop nuclear weapons. So they say one thing, And they do another.
do the
So why
exact
6 years
opposite.
ago did the CIA give the Iranian blueprints to build a bomb, Shady?
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's so convenient.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys are getting the picture, right? You
Anything
guys-
that they tell you they're doing the opposite.
It's right. Projection.
It's projection.
Or telling you what they're doing, per se. All right, Shady, this is the next one right here. This is the Q post 778, and I believe it's 2 because Q replied to this one. Shady, go ahead and take it. February 15th, 2018.
Why is big pharma essential? Expand your thinking past cures. Think Google, new Pixel phone. Think Apple versus Samsung. Why was BlackBerry destroyed? We can guide, but you must organically uncover the truth. They are watching. Archive everything offline. Why is everything really made in China? Cost savings? Why is POTUS focused on SA, China, Russia? Why? Lots of question marks. Why is Russia being used against the POTUS? Why Russia? What damage can Russia do to the Dems? What damage can China do to the Dems? What damage can Iran do to the Dems or any of them? North Korea? Why does Hussein travel before and after the president regarding foreign trips? Use logic. Why is POTUS focused on bringing back manufacturing? Jobs, security, control, true control. Who can you trust? The world is not how you view it. It's inverse. Trust the plan. We are winning. Arrests will come. Logic should answer why it must follow other unfolding events. Learn and spread. Build proofs. We've provided many proofs that cannot be disputed as coincidences. This was done for a reason. More will be provided. Direct confirmation will come. It cannot come now. It will be lost. The message is not ready. You are part of the army.
Q Army.
We are depending on you. You're for God and country. Where we go one, we go all. Stay safe this week. All caps, that whole post.
Yep, and that's when I decided to, oh my gosh, Q Army, there we are. We're the Q. You are part of the army, guys. The Q Army. The Truth Army, right?
The red-pilled army.
Red Pill Army. Okay, so this is 779, same day, 2/15/18. All right, February 15th. Again, this is a reply to the post that Shady just read you in all caps. Yep. Okay. It says, Consumer Protection Agency, yeah, Senator Warren, corruption, infiltration, slush fund, hashtag goodbye, hashtag. So, what does that tell you?
It tells me that the Consumer Protection Agency was a cover for funding deep state ops in Iran.
And why would Senator Warren be there?
Not because she's 1024th Native American.
No, that would not be it.
No, it would be because she is from the swamp
That's
of
right.
the university, and the universities are their jump.
Well,
they use the universities to.
Senator Warren has positioned herself as the top in the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, right?
She is the clown in control, or was. Now they've gotten rid of that. The CPA has been absolved or dissolved.
That's right. That's right. So there you go, guys.
She went crazy whenever they were doing it. Like you could really tracking the funding and what this organization was doing. You couldn't point to one thing they were doing to protect consumers. Not one thing.
That's right.
They were doing the opposite. They were making sure stuff had extra lead in it that was coming in from China.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, China, there's probably a lot more things that we don't know that's happening in our foods. I mean,
the medicine, bro. I mean, this is, what
you're eating people, folks.
What a lot of people don't realize is
I guarantee you that's what's going to come out, Shady. It's going to be gross.
I know it's what's going to. Well, I mean, I can tell you a disturbing story right now. An article that was just printed less than a month ago where a guy did research. He took Chinese pharmaceuticals. Remember how many times Q has talked about pharmaceuticals? He studied them, guys. Listen to this. He broke these pills down, analyzed them. He was able to discern the sex of the individual that was ground up into these pills. Not only that, he was able to find hair and fingernail samples
God.
in the drugs that are being made in China.
All right.
That's not even to talk.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I felt in my gut, Shady. That's gross. Oh my God.
That's real.
I know.
That's independent study.
Somebody just asked.
That's not like a deep state study. That's an independent guy who was curious and did all the research on his own. I can go find that article somewhere.
It's all right. We're going to continue on Iran. But
go ahead.
Interesting. So this is Iran drops, guys. Somebody says, are there new Q drops? No. We're one of the only shows that go over old Q drops because we know that the news unlocks the map, and there's a lot of Iran news today, right? You guys get it? 5-5 if you guys understand that. The most red-pilled audience on YouTube. Shady will get the link for you guys.
I'm working on it. Yep.
All right, here we go. So this is 786. Never gotten over the fact that Obama was able to send $1.7 billion in cash to Iran and nobody in Congress, the FBI, or justice called for an investigation. Reread crumbs. See, Q even tells us to do it. Look at all the 5-5s. You guys, love you. What is the reason this is being brought back up? Because of what we're going through today, guys. And this is 2/18/18. There's a purpose for every tweet and every crumb dropped. Follow the money. Future proves past. The Great Awakening. No escape. No deals. Trust the plan. Happy Sunday. Q.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. This is huge. All right, Shady. Let's look at 888. This is what, March?
Asia.
Jay-Z, thank you. Wow, thank you, Jay-Z. And we got another one real quick. I'm sorry, Shady. B. LaForge got here late. We'll watch later. Where we go, one we go all. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, Mike Ryan, we do have more than we know. And Shady, real quick, I'm just going to go on a little tangent here because everybody is just waiting for the next Q drop. I think we're one of the only shows that goes over the old Q drops because we actually have read Q. I bet Shady and I have read more Q than anybody out there.
We've read everything like 10 times
at least. And news unlocks the map. How much more clear can you get? Where we go one, we go all. How much more clear can you get? Right? This is not about anything but just getting the news out there and aligning it to what is happening today. And what is happening today, which is more important than Ricky Gervais, which is more important than Tom Hanks, which is more important than anything right now, which is more important than the impeachment. We're talking about Iran and the deep state covering up their crimes. All right, Shady, I'm sorry, buddy. I love you guys. You can add on if you want, Shady.
No, I'm good.
All right.
I think you covered it.
All right, so Donald J. Trump, 888-3818, Shady. This is a picture. Thank you, Asia. That's a picture right over North Korea, folks.
Oh, from the president.
From the president.
But nobody in the mainstream media except for the Anons could report that.
No. Well, the Anons knew. We looked at the land formations and we figured it out, guys.
But I'm just saying, the president posted this on his Twitter and no mainstream media talked about that he was flying over North Korea.
Nope.
But he posted it right there for him to see.
Nope. Yep.
I mean, that's an exact location. Follow the White Rabbit. That nuke facility there looks like a White Rabbit.
It sure does. All right, go ahead, Shady. What does he say after? What does Q Team say after posting that picture of our president over North Korea?
He says, "Thank you, Kim. Deal made. Clowns out. Strings cut. We took control. Iran next."
Wait, what's next?
Iran.
What are clowns?
Clowns are deep state intelligence agents.
Clowns in America, folks. And the clowns in America protect the United States and body politic trust that funds all this crap to take control of all of us, folks.
And what was the date on this?
This was 3... Oh, thank you, Jay-Z. Oh, my God. Thank you. Oh, my gosh. Thank you, and thank you. Oh, my gosh. 3/8/18.
So 3/8/18, we said, "Thank you, Kim. Deal made. Clowns out. Strings cut."
Right.
So do you guys understand that this is the same process that we have to go through with Iran, except we have another 70 years of controlling Iran as we had to North Korea. We didn't start the control of North Korea until the 50s. We started the control of Iran before 1900.
That's right.
Everything that's been done there has been controlled by one hand or another of this deep state cesspool. Once they found the oil in Iran in the late 1800s, they realized they had an opposition to the oil in America. In other words, they could fund the
biggest
other
issue
side
for China
of the
when
conflict.
President Trump arrived
Oh my gosh,
here in Beijing
something's playing
will be
automatically.
North Korea.
Oh my gosh.
The Trump administration.
Go for it, Shady. My bad, guys.
It's good. I was just saying that we were just showing that we control both sides of the conflict. There's really no conflict on planet Earth that both sides of the conflict aren't controlled by the same players.
That's right.
Nothing happens pretend. People don't war. People that want more war, entities, whatever you want to call them. Maybe they're not people. I don't know. But whatever it is, they want war and we don't.
That's right. And just so you know, the deal was made when our President Trump was in the Forbidden City in China.
Yes,
and that's
right.
when they Google Eric Schmidt. So that was November of 17, guys. That's when we took control. Because Google was out, everybody was out, guys. They cut the strings. Google CEO resigned. It's important, folks.
Yes, it is.
All right. So that
And
image,
that's it's also iPod, just to mention, did this little video about the vase, and the vase that Chairman Kim gave Kim and President Trump talking about the vase the other night. Interesting.
Yes, yeah, and watch the iPod too. There's some good stuff there about Evergreen and that Detroit house as well. If you haven't seen
Yeah, I didn't
iPod
catch
today,
that one this morning. I saw that just come out.
And also, he made the connection to the MB, the military base in Kenya. And it's also called, like, oh man, what was it called again? I forgot. It began with an M. MB in Kenya.
Mate or
Mate Bay or something like that.
yeah, something Bay. It seems
Yeah.
like.
Yes. So that's a Q post as well. How dare you?
How dare you?
All right, so 890 is 3818. It's Iran next. A tougher nut to crack, Q team. I hope your negotiations with Mohammed are going well. Resolved. Yeah, Mahmoud, yeah. Are going well. Resolved by 11/11. Q.
Okay, and so whenever he says resolved by 11/11, look at the stuff that you're seeing going on in North Korea. So what positions that we have taken control of are going to be not the positions of all of the Iranian intelligence, but the higher ups. It's got to work from the top down in these regimes. You have to get the people at the top to agree to start taking out our subverts below them.
That's right. And remember, there was a Q post, and I don't know if we're going to come up on it or not. I can't remember, but Ahmadinejad was talking, guys.
Yes, that's right. That's exactly right. That he was turning state's evidence or turning over evidence, giving his testimony.
And that could be our pickle post that's coming up.
Pickle.
All right, let me.
They are in a pickle right now.
I'm actually trying to find one thing here before we continue. Actually, Shady, go ahead and read 947 for us. This is
was
it.
the one. Actually, this is the exact one you were just referring to,
Yes, sir.
about Kenya. Iran next, brackets, RT days after.
Russ Tillerson.
RT Kenya. No coincidences. Track. Important. MB. Boom. Q. So we just had a Kenyan event days after an Iranian terrorist was removed.
That's right.
And he was in Iraq. Do you notice how the media seemed to not mention that?
Yeah, no, they don't, because they're covering, Shady.
They don't say
Because
that
what's happening in Iraq? They just voted to get us out of the Iraq, right? Of the American troops. But that government is stacked by the MB and Hussein and the old guard, folks.
And do we want to be there?
No.
So, I mean, that's the quickest way out, isn't it?
Yep.
In my opinion, the quickest way out would be for them to tell us to leave. So let's pack up our stuff and let's bring it home. How about that?
That's right.
I mean, if we're an oil exporter now, why do we need to be there?
Exactly. Shady, let me just, here we go. This is what I wanted to show you too. This actually is hopefully in 2020 we'll learn to implement the teachings of Jesus Christ in life. Mohammed Ahmadinejad wishing Merry Christmas and Happy New Year on December 31st, 2019. Q post 484. Hussein, HRC, and many more must be terrified. Ahmadinejad talking.
Due to the behavior of certain politicians and world powers, society is filled with injustice, poverty, inequality, and prejudice. A popular request is that all political, religious, and academic leaders should accompany the people in attempting to make a humane world for current and future generations. Hopefully, in the year 2020, we will learn and implement the teachings of Jesus Christ in our lives. Inshallah, in this coming year, Imam Mahdi, peace be upon him, supported by Jesus Christ, will come to help people end injustice and fulfill our wishes. God bless and peace to all.
And Shady, just so you know, I'm very haughty and wrong about my narcissistic view of other YouTube channels. Just FYI.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
Stupidest comment I've ever seen. All right, 964, Shady.
All right, here we go. From 3/28/18. Why did Kim travel to China? Why was travel impossible in the past? What changed? What constitutes the need for a face-to-face meeting versus a secured call? Well, everybody's listening to the call.
Yeah, what call?
What U.S. publicly traded company previously entered North Korea to establish comms? Think logically. Why did Google visit North Korea? And why would former chairman and CEO himself of Google and Alphabet personally attend? Who's Sergey Brin? Where was Sergey born? Russia. Track the family. Important. Think Cold War. Think KGB. US, China, North Korea, 3. Facebook data dump. Who made it public? Who sold shares 30 days from the announcement? You can't imagine the magnitude of this. Constitutional crisis. Twitter coming soon. Google coming soon. Amazon coming soon. Microsoft coming soon. Plus 12. Current censorship all relates to push for power and midterms, the long stand. Election fraud cases open to DOJ and many. Follow the family. Follow the resignations. Businesses and governments. Almost 12,000 of them at this point. Biden, China, very important marker. Who made it public? Who really made it public? Who is making it all public? We are the gatekeepers of all, and by all we mean all information. Uranium One, Canada, European Union, to Russia, to Iran, to North Korea, to Syria, to Pakistan, to Iran. Next. 700 billion military this year. Why is the military so important? Read all. National security, national security. These people are stupid. Art of the deal. Tidal wave incoming. Buckle up. Q. This talks to our military being weakened by Chinese steel. Remember that the steel that we were buying to build military equipment with was from China. And the steel that was coming from China was reduced by 40% in its strength. That's why your president has talked about we needed strong steel. We need steel. If you don't have steel, you don't have a nation. If you're importing cheap Chinese steel and building battleships out of it, Matrixxx, what's going to happen to those battleships whenever the Chinese bomb them?
Weak.
They're going to be weak, and so they're not going to stand the amount of impact that the admirals and the other people on the ship assume their ship will withstand. They're
right.
on a weak vessel. And so I think that's why the president said yesterday, whenever he made the tweet he made, that we've spent $2 trillion. Hey, we've spent $2 trillion on our military, and if you mess with us, we're going to send some of it your way.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
We got our military fixed.
Yep, this is excellent. So, guys, thank you very much for your feedback. I really appreciate it. And check out John Mappin, the Camelot Castle, Craig Mason. Okay, reasonable conversation. Gotcha. I'm very speedy with my keyboard. Thank you very much. If you don't watch other channels, how do you know what they cover? Oh my gosh. Joe, Q Lady, leave me alone. Okay, here we go. 988, Shady.
April. A. Killbox. IG report. Sessions. Public attack. RR problems. Seals broken. A. Arrests. Why was Huber made public? Why now? Everything has meaning. A1. Tarmac. Iran. North Korea. Uranium One. FBI. DOJ. Mueller. Election integrity. Immigration bill. Border. Wall. Military. Start. Big month. Why does the mainstream media never want to talk about any of this stuff?
What, the immigration bill, border, wall, military start, big month, election integrity, Mueller, DOJ, FBI, Uranium One, North Korea, Iran, Tarmac, Awan? They don't want to...
All connected.
Huber?
One thing leads to another, and if the media reports on any piece of this, if they report on the tarmac thing, then they got to lead into all that. If they report on what Mueller was really doing, they got to lead into all this. If they report on what's really happening in immigration, they have to lead into what they're doing with the voting machines. I mean, we saw what they did with the border.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the way they politicize the border, I mean, the idea that we don't need a border when there's 300,000 people every couple of months coming in here is a pretend crisis?
Yeah, this is pretend.
Oh, just pretend. Okay.
This is POTUS's fault.
Oh, right, because he was the one at the levers of government for the last 30 years, Biden. I mean, it's like all these people like Pelosi and Schiff and Nadler, they've been up there for Schumer. They've been up there for how long? And Trump's been in for 2.5, 3 years. And he did all the stuff that's the problem.
Yeah. Shady, let's watch
because
this.
He's fixing it.
Because here we go.
This is a good one.
There we go.
But I've learned one thing since I've decided to run for president. And I assume one thing. Everything about me is going to come out in the public record. And I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
You don't like me. They always buffer my videos.
Done some dumb things as a senator. Done some dumb things as a lawyer. But ladies and gentlemen, I've been dumb. I did something very stupid.
Vote for dumb, guys.
Also, he in another interview right around that time, the guy was telling him that he's like, I know that you're not corrupt. And Joe Biden interrupts him and says, well, I wouldn't assume that I'm not corrupt.
Right, exactly. He's telling you the truth.
Okay, don't admit to being corrupt. Oh, wait a minute. You admit to being corrupt, you get a job.
But ladies and gentlemen, I've been dumb. I did something very stupid.
That is hilarious.
23 years ago.
Oh. Prove me wrong.
That's it. Fire away.
And we will, and we are, guys. Fire away, because you guys right up there are the news now. We've got 1,330 people watching. Thank you very much. 456 thumbs up, 5 thumbs down. Wow, guys. The truth is belligerent, isn't it, Shady? They don't like us talking about this Iran stuff. All right, Shady, 989. This is 4-2. Again, going over your post that you just read. Facebook, Amazon, Twitter, Google, ... Big problems, Q. Because they're fake, guys. Google has just been announced in the news that they are swaying all the positive press to the cabal, the Dems, right? Shady.
And notice that there's 11 dots there. Remember above where he said Google, Amazon, Twitter plus 12. There's 11 dots right there.
Yeah. 11 dots.
So there is about 16 of these that are at the center, including Microsoft, including probably Monsanto, and a few others that are right there at the center of this whole cabal. Like, it's all in front of us. It's right there. Each of them are doing their own aspect. They're all stealing information. You know, it's one thing that people are collecting information. It's another thing that they're collecting information and selling it to the Chinese so they can track us in real time.
But wait, didn't Trump do that, Shady?
No.
No?
No. He's undoing it.
Oh my gosh. Here we go with Q Post 1085. And it links to a Wall Street Journal article that I can't get to. There must be some sort of, oh, here we go.
They're blocking stuff now. Like, no. If you,
I got it. I can get it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You take out. There you go.
So North Korea ready to discuss denuclearization, U.S. officials say, and this article was posted April 8th, 2018. So this was a meeting between President Donald Trump and North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. Could be a diplomatic breakthrough, but both men are nothing if not unpredictable. So that's what that is about right there. Then we go into this. After all these years, ... No MSM positive media blast. Think. Now Syria? Iran? Russia flex through missile tech? We started asking coincidence long ago for a specific reason. Those awake can finally see for themselves. Conspiracy? Have faith. Trust the plan. Q.
Not a conspiracy.
No. Well, it is a conspiracy in the true definition of the word, Shady.
Well, it is a conspiracy in the true definition of the word, but the truth of the matter is we got to start talking about it like it's the truth.
We got to talk, actually, like exactly what you say. We got to let people know that conspiracy means a bunch of people doing something illegal, and that's what they're doing. So, yes, this is a conspiracy, but it's not us. It's them.
It's not us theorizing about stuff. It's something that's really happening that they're stopping from being disseminated in the media.
That's right. That's right.
That they are gatekeepers.
And we hope to see real soon, maybe the 5, Hannity might be talking about this coming up soon, folks. So let's get ahead of it. 1086. Again, this is the same post. And no name in Syria. Timeline? Purpose? Who attended? No name panic. Health cover. Fast. Q. Now, no name is
no longer with us?
He's no longer with us.
He's no longer with us either.
Yes. Yeah.
He's in Syria. He's in Ukraine. He's in Iraq.
Yep. He's in Syria with a Syria flag pin, not an American flag pin.
He's in Ukraine hanging with Poroshenko and Amy Klobuchar and Lindsey Graham.
That's right. Exactly.
And they just raided Poroshenko's whole compound last week and took everything.
That's right.
So it looks like Zelensky is making good on his transcript letter.
That's right.
That's freaking them out.
It's freaking them out. It's freaking them out that they're caught.
They're so caught, man.
You guys right here listening to this show and doing your own research. This is thinking for yourself. Q, a LARP. Q is fake. Q is this. Q, what about the information? The information is real. The information and questions are real. And the information and facts and stuff to back up the information of the questions that were asked is real, folks.
Facts are facts.
That's right. So, Shady, this is another one, 4/9/2018. Going over this, forgot to post this along with original post, and then says Sessions. Oh, yeah. So this is the April AIG report, Sessions, public attack, RR problems, seals broken, arrests. Why was Huber made public? Why now? Everything has meaning. All of this that we just kind of went over, right, Shady?
Yep.
He says, amazing coincidence plus military start / wall. You have more than you know. Reason we are here more. Q. Now, again, these are not new Q posts. These are going over old Q posts because news unlocks map, and there's a whole heck of a lot of news, and we're trying to tie it all together with you all. It's amazing, right?
There's over 70 Q posts with the word Iran in them, not even to mention the ones that are kind of alluding to what's going on in Iran. So you think 70 Q posts, including Iran in them, and we have 3,600 posts. 70 Q posts is a lot to have this in it.
Yeah, we're talking 71, I believe, guys. So here we are, 1146, Shady. This is a graphic of Q post 1077, and it says night 4 increase in chatter, auth B19-2, Sparrow red, prevent at all costs, good, Castle online Q, and this is 2 U.S. Air Force B-1 Lancer bombers launched 19 missiles. Possible link between Q post and McKenzie's statement about missiles in Syria. So this is about the Syria thing. So Shady, go ahead and read what Q actually said after that article.
It says expand your thinking, the date versus actual. Iran next.
What?
Trust the plan. April showers. Showers. Do you believe in coincidences? Q.
Iran next. Sounds like we're here, right?
Sounds like Iran is now.
Iran is now, folks. 12:41. Reminder, Iran is next. Marker, class SEC 11AP 2.2 installments, $250 billion, January 1, June 1. No inspection at GZNR sites. No missile tech prevention. Load carrying ICBM. Think North Korea. Who controls the money? Who really controls the money? Why does the EU have a vested interest in this deal? Who receives the money? When the US sends billions in AIDS and or climate and or etc., who or what entity audits, tracks to confirm intended recipients received? None. How does George Soros fund worldwide counter events? Who funds worldwide leftist events? American taxpayers subsidize. Define nuclear standoff. Who benefits? How do you squeeze funds out of the U.S.? Threat to humanity? Environment push? Think Paris Accord. Who audits, tracks, and funneled the money? Define kickback. Define slush fund. Here we go. This is, we just read about the EPA and Senator Warren, folks. Define slush fund, EPA. No oversight regarding Hussein. Why? How does a C_A fund non-sanctioned ops? Off the books? Reread past drops will become relevant. Welcome, Mr. President. The U.S. will not agree to continue the Iran deal as it currently stands. Q. Wow. Remember, Rumsfeld lost $2 billion right after 9/11.
Oh, he lost it right. Remember what they were announcing?
Right before, the day before.
Yep, they were announcing it. It was more than that. It was like $1 trillion or something.
Yeah, it was,
some ridiculous amount they were getting ready to have to admit had been lost in the in the audit. And funny thing was that the Pentagon got hit in the exact department where they were calculating that.
Interdasting.
No, literally like the offices that were doing all these calculations and auditing. Yeah. That's where it got hit. And another funny thing would be that the building in Oklahoma City, okay, the Murrah Federal Building that got hit in 1993 or 4, okay, that building was housing the investigation into the Bush Senior's connection to JFK.
Yeah.
And all the info to that. And then even more interesting, the building that didn't get hit by an airplane in New York, World Trade Center 7, contained all the FBI investigations into all of this deep state stuff 20 years ago.
That's right.
But it's very coincidental which targets get hit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shady, to clarify, on September 10th, 2001, then U.S. Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld disclosed that his department was unable to account for roughly $2.3 trillion worth of transactions. The next day, the U.S. sustained the terrorist attacks that changed the world.
And this number, it just keeps going up. Matrixx now, it's like
well, in 2015, the Inspector General had increased to 6.5 trillion.
But how did we get to 24 trillion in debt? Huh. Imagine that.
The more
things
you know.
just disappear in government, don't they? Boy, you sure do just have things disappearing a lot.
The more you know. Okay, so 1245, Shady.
Think SA. Order is important. SA to North Korea. North Korea to Armenia. Armenia to Iran. Iran to blank. And there's some speculation that one of these is Kazakhstan. It's very rarely mentioned.
It's going to be a rogue nuclear state, though, I guarantee
you.
Any
other rogue nuclear states?
Mm-hmm.
Find hostage. Find protection. Who is protected by rogue nuclear states? Trust the plan. The world is connected. And why are border states like Arizona and California so important? Why is MX vocal against POTUS? Those who are the loudest. Where we go one, we go all. The Great Awakening, Iron Eagle. Q.
Yeah. Huh. Very interesting, right?
Who is protected by rogue nuclear states? The deep state.
Mm-hmm. The people screaming the loudest today, guys.
I don't know, but I tell you what, the CNN, MSNBC are fawning over them some Soleimani.
Yeah.
They sure are mad that we were taking out higher leaders. What is like? Are we supposed to like just go out there and put our troops in front of their little band of gypsies that they send out with their fake fatigues and stuff? So we're supposed to fight those guys. We're not supposed to take out the people that are directing the little minions.
You mean like Hillary and Soros?
Huh. Yeah, I mean like the idea is they want you to think that war means people fighting people whenever the president's trying to tell you war means the generals fighting the generals.
And remember, the war is always won before the war even starts, folks. Patriots are now in control.
This is all a movie.
Mm-hmm. And this is Iron Eagle that was mentioned in that Q post there, Shady. This is a motion picture, right? Iron Eagle. It's military slang, I guess, right? For what? There you go. A nuke, right?
That's what it alludes to.
A bomb?
Are we talking about nuclear material here?
Let's see. I'm just looking here.
Are we talking about uranium-1?
No.
About rockets? ICBMs?
No.
Oh.
We're not releasing it.
Well, if we were, then this would match.
So Iron Eagle military slang is a military officer attained the rank of colonel, but will not be promoted to the rank of general. That's interesting. Huh. The Great Awakening. Where we go one, we go all. Those who are the loudest, folks. All right, 12:49, 4:23:18. Red Cross Iran. Red Cross Pakistan. Red Cross North Korea. Red Cross ... Define smuggle. What is smuggled? What funds are used to pay for the goods? These people are sick. Relevant to events about to unfold. Follow the EOs. Q.
So you think we have verifiable intelligence that shows the Red Cross working to get nuclear material into rogue states? Ooh.
Well, we do know that the Red Cross is a Masonic designation, and they are actually allowed and have been allowed for years to go into an enemy country, go in there, quote unquote, help them, and then say, "Here's our new government."
And this is how we insert puppet governments.
Yep.
This is, through the guise of this, if you want to do a little bit of digging, find out where the headquarters of the Red Cross actually is. It's not in America.
That's right. Here you go.
It's
look at this.
Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland. Look at here, guys. Remember?
What does the money buy? What is the money?
These are your donations to help Haiti, to help whatever stupid event that they raise money and steal from us. Guys, do not donate to the Red Cross ever again. Look at that, Shay. It's cash. All right. And there's another whole room with more cash. Look at it all. Look at.
One room.
Huh. Where do you think that's going? Rogue nuclear state, guys? Huh.
Did you see all the pictures of the money that they had found in Iraq too recently?
I remember that. Wasn't there a story about all these guys stealing money from Iraq too? And they also had one of the only rotogravure. So our money is printed on rotogravure presses. Okay, that's how you get the. It's a plate, and apparently they had one, Shady.
Yep. That's what I'm seeing. And that the money that they were finding was being like moved around on like bicycles in boxes there, but it was perfect. Like it'd never been in circulation. So who's the only entity that has bills that's never been in circulation. It would be the Fed. The Fed is the only one that has the plates.
Yep.
And it would be easy for them to just put the plates wherever they wanted them, wouldn't it?
That's right.
Keep printing.
So they had one in Iraq, so they probably printed money, right, guys? I mean, this is what they do. Who owns?
And also the Red Cross, very interested in DNA information and exploration. They sure do have a lot of blood.
Yep. Jessa McClear said the Fed on Waterside Street. It's actually the Depository Trust Corporation on 55 Watch the Water Street. It's 55 Water Street, 55. Yes, sir. So that's interesting, right, guys? And it is part of the Fed. 23 and not me, says Rand Williamson. All right, Shady.
Don't 23 and me, your friends. It's not nice.
23 and not me. I love it. That's a good one. So 1250, Shady. We just talked about this one, and Q follows up to say this.
When was Osama bin Laden killed in Pakistan? May 2nd, 2011. Where was Osama bin Laden located? Close proximity to?
A U.S. base. Yep.
In Pakistan. Think logically. When did AWAN's mission op go green? 2004? Follow the timeline. What happened during this time with Huma, Valerie Jarrett?
And let's go ahead. When you finish that, let's just go to the actual text. Go ahead.
During this time with Huma, Valerie Jarrett, A1 +3.
And let's go to it. Hang on one second, folks. I see the problem. Okay.
Censorship.
Yep. So this is Rohrabacher, Dana Rohrabacher.
Dana Rohrabacher.
Yep, say that again 10 times fast.
No.
No. This is the Foreign Affairs, and in addition to the Committee on Armed Services for a period of subsequently determined by the Speaker, in each case consideration provisions as fall within the jurisdiction of the committee concerned, all actions. So it's HR 5734. Is to provide compensation for deadly acts by elements of the Pakistani military and intelligence services against United States citizen. Right? Pretty interesting. All right, Shady.
Follow the timeline.
All right, let's go see that. Let me fix that one, guys. Live digging, folks. Live. We'll do it live. So this is HR 1699, 112th Congress, 2011-2012. This is shown here, introduced in the House. This is a Pakistan Foreign Aid and Accountability Act. It prohibits assistance from being provided to Pakistan unless the Secretary of State certifies to Congress that, 1, the government of Pakistan did not have any information regarding Osama bin Laden's possible whereabouts on or after September 11, 2001, or 2, the government of Pakistan did have information regarding Osama bin Laden's possible whereabouts on or after September 11, 2001. It expeditiously communicated such information, and it told us, basically, guys. That's interesting, right?
So that means that nobody in Pakistan gets the money unless we have the right person there taking the money.
Right.
Nobody else gets it.
That's basically right, yeah.
Right.
Secretary of
State?
There you go. So let's go look at that.
Who might that be?
Who was the Secretary of State at that time, you think, guys? Here we go.
Well,
government track. Oh, HR 285. We're now tracking the impeachment inquiry. Yeah, but it's bull crap. Nobody's been impeached yet. By the way, our president still is not impeached. Pakistani Temporary Protected Status Act of 2011, Shady, to designate Pakistan under Section 244 of the Immigration and Nationality Act to permit nationals of Pakistan to be eligible for temporary protected status under such section, folks.
Slush fund swamp.
And there's your Al Green. Have we seen him being loud against the president, Shady?
He said that if we don't impeach him, he's going to get reelected.
Wow. And that might blow your whole scheme, huh, Al? Here we go.
Unfortunately for him, we're going to blow it before that. Who is protected?
I don't know why this is.
Because they're trying to hide the links.
Right. 60 years of U.S. aid to Pakistan. Get the data. as the U.S. announces it to withhold military aid to Pakistan. Find out how much money America has given to the country since 1948.
A ridiculous amount.
Yeah, look at this. Look at the numbers here. Some highlights. 62, we gave them 2.3 billion. 2010, 1.2. Why are we giving these people this much money when we're broke?
So that they can use it to campaign funds and fund their
Slush
worldwide
fund.
fiasco ball.
So let's take a look. Here's, early on, 00000. Here we go. Now, we gave them some money in 55. But look at over here, guys. Look at right here. 84, 91. Look how big it gets down here, folks.
When did we start controlling Pakistan?
Looks like right around this time here.
So as opposed to actually giving them aid to help their country, then we finally get control of their government, and therefore we have control of the money. So we give them more money so that we can get more of it on the backside.
How to get mo money without using yo money.
It's yo money that you can't see going anywhere.
All right, so here it is. So we just saw the Guardian link. Shady?
Aid cut off in 2010. Coincidence? What happened in 2011? Define exchange. Are you sick yet? Q.
All right, so let's go back over there again. 2010. Look at that. Huh. Interdasting, right? Look at after 2001. We started giving a lot of money, folks.
What happened in 2001?
9/11.
And
what happened in 2011?
We killed Osama bin Laden.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Define exchange. So did we pay them off for Osama bin Laden?
Yes.
And then we took him on the ship and threw him in the water because that's how Muslims want to be buried. But yet, don't they have the body of the hero general in Iran? I mean, so that was a lie, guys? What happened here? Do you think that didn't happen, Shady?
I do. I happen to think that he was gone long ago, but we won't get into that.
That's right. Yeah, well, the rumor is he died in 2002 because he wasn't able to get his kidney dialysis, right? And he died over in Qatar, I believe. Can't remember.
Yep.
All right, 12:54. Iran is next. Iran is now, folks, and this is 4/24/18. So this is why we're going over all Iran posts, folks. This is Iran is next. Marker, reread. POTUS today. Mark it down. Bigger problems than ever before. This is a signal to Iran. Bigger problems. Something big is about to happen. Signal to Iran, guys? What do you think of that? Class, section 11, P2.2, important. Right? Refers to more than continued payments of $250 billion. Iron Eagle, Sweet Dreams Q.
1,000 cuts.
Yep.
That's the only way we get them, is to expose this one thing at a time.
So what is 11A P222, Shady? Is this it? What is these?
I'm not sure exactly where you. Oh, bless you.
Oh, excuse me. There we go. 11A. I'm trying to figure out what that is. Security Exchange
I thought it
Act.
was a reference to something. Yeah, I think it's a reference to. It was some sort of.
Oh my gosh.
Security Exchange Act. Yeah, there it is.
It was updated. Okay, intheMatrixxx figured it out. Let's go to him. Whoops. Here it is, guys. Shit, do you want to read that while I quickly I'll be right back? Because this is important.
This is CRS report for Congress. Nuclear, biological, chemical, and missile proliferation sanctions selected current law. So this is pointing to section 11A here in this Q post that we're just reading. And then in the outline here, sanctions may not be required for some goods if contracts with the sanctionable person meet U.S. operational military requirements. If the president determines that the sanctionable person is a sole source provider of an essential defense article or service, or if the president determines that such articles or services are essential to U.S. national security under defense cooperation agreements, The president also may not be required to apply sanctions if he determines that a company affiliated with the sanctionable person has no knowledge of the export control violation after sanctions have been in place for 2 years. The president may modify these terms of the restrictions under certain conditions if he notifies Congress. So again, there we have them referencing the notifying Congress reality, right? And like the way they're all freaking out today about notifying Congress. And now we have this directly connected to the Biological Chemical Missile Proliferation Treaty. This is exactly what I think is getting ready to become relevant real soon, because this is how we're going to have to prove that they brought this material over there. They moved it there, and they avoided all of the stuff to get it there. Yeah, it was Vault 7. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very, very interesting. Up. Check. You got your mute button. Check your mute button.
I am in the Matrixxx. Neener, neener, neener. I haven't done that in a long time. Oh,
It's all
guys.
right. You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm good. I just had a sneezing attack. Susan Rice admits secret side deals shady with Iran. Admits.
She just told us.
Yep. Report bin Laden already dead. That was December 26, 2001. So this is some of the other stuff here. Very interesting to go back and see this stuff. Where we go, one we go all. That's us, guys. Look at all the bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor. All right, let's go back to the Q post, guys. This is good. Are you guys enjoying this? I am. I'm learning more stuff along with you guys here. 1255, Shady 42418. Q says, is Macron a true ally to POTUS? His sole purpose, White House visit, was to convince POTUS on behalf of the EU to remain in the Iran deal. You decide. Q. And remember, Shady, we had U1, Canada, EU, right?
Asia.
Asia.
North Korea. Iran. Russia.
Then he said here, replied to that post 1256. What's at risk? 250 billion times 2 per year. What the taxpayers don't know. Why aren't North Korea developments receiving worldwide praise? We endure. Q. Guys, we need to ask these guys. Okay, forget about the Soleimani and how pissed off you are about it. Where's that? We don't know. Tell us what's going on here, guys, folks. We, the people, are wanting answers. We demand answers, Shady.
How come we keep sending money that we don't have to countries to use, and our debt rate keeps going up, and we get nothing back for the money that we give them?
Yeah.
That just doesn't make any sense to me. It shouldn't make any sense to you. And if you weren't hypnotized by the mainstream media narrative, it wouldn't make sense to them either.
Well, maybe they're watching today. And I hope they are. 1265, Shady, let's get down and dirty and continue with this, folks. This is 1265, 425, April 25th, 2018. Shady, take it away.
We knew this day would come. We knew people would need a guide. We all have a part to play. We knew Flynn would be challenged. Part of the plan. Flynn Jr. recent did not lie to VP. Timing. Plan. Signal sent. White House position. Moves and counter moves. Roll outside of White House. Lost House. Funds for legal. Beat up. You are watching a
movie.
What is right? What is wrong? Up is down. Left is right. Left is left. White House position. Rapid changes. Planned. Visibility. In one helps another. Connected. Clowns to SEC. of state, North Korea, Iran, Russia, China, MX. Why is this relevant? Think pushback. Open source. Why? They are watching. Proofs provided to retain. Future proofs past for the history books. Q.
Yeah, why was the CIA to Secretary of State North Korea, Iran, Russia, China, Mexico, and Secretary of State was Hillary, folks? This is their big con. You guys are seeing it now, right? Layered on top with the pedophilia and the trafficking. Guys, this is huge. This is the full picture. This is not a little dot here, a little country over there. Iran is not Iran. Iran is controlled by the states. The people of Iran are just like us. They want their country back.
Yep. And they had a modern country 60 years ago.
Yes.
And we destroyed it.
Yep. We installed the Ayatollah Khomeini.
The mullahs. Yep.
The CIA did, right? 1266, continuing on our battle at poking the media in the eye about the lies and the stuff that they're not telling us. This is Q Post 1266 on April 25, 2018, replying to what Shady just read you right there. Q says, they tried to delete the proof. POTUS win. 120. Is that January 2020, Shady?
I don't know.
Huh? Deep clean. They never thought she would lose. Insurance without cover. Nothing is deleted. No such agency. NSA. Tool development primary plus meta essential. Easy cover. Axe so sick and evil conspiracy push. Fake reality almost wins. Almost always wins, okay? Fake reality almost always wins, guys. Trust the plan. Hard to swallow for many. Treason. Corruption first. Think resignation. Coincidence? Speaker of House, Ryan. Resigning? Coincidence? You have more than you know. Have faith. Where we go one, we go all. Q.
Everybody's, kind of forgetting about the Paul Ryans of the world and the Harry Reeds of the world now that they're gone, aren't they?
And the McCains. And, yeah, all of them. Yeah.
I mean, those two guys, they left. They chose to,
I'm out.
Yep. I don't want a job where I can get all this free slush fund. I'm not going to be able to get any slush funds anymore. I got to get out.
I'm out. Right, Shady? 1306. Why don't you go ahead and take that, my friend?
Define the terms of the Iran nuclear deal. Does the agreement define and confine cease and desist pro to the Republic of Iran? What if Iran created a classified satellite nuclear facility in northern Syria?
Whoa, wait, satellite?
What if Iran created a classified satellite nuclear facility in northern Syria? Do you guys already know that?
Mm-hmm.
What if the program never ceased? What other bad actors are possibly involved? Did the U.S. know? Where did the cash payments go? How many planes delivered? Did all planes land in the same location? Where did the uranium-1 material end up? Is this material traceable? Yes. Define cover. What if uranium-1 material ended up in Syria? What would be the primary purpose? Sum of all fears? In the movie, where did the material come from? What country? What would happen if Russia or another foreign state supplied uranium to Iran, Syria? War. What does uranium-1 provide? Define cover. Why did we strike Syria? Why did we really strike Syria? Define cover. Patriots in control. Q. And remember the little thing that we read the other night on the Q Lounge where we were talking about this material being used in targeting of the Benghazi hit. They were using all these different locations for staging areas. They're all right there in the same area. They're not that far away. It's not that far from Syria to Libya to Iran to Iraq to Egypt. That's all right there together.
So this is the question about sum of all fears in the movie. Where did the material come from? So the film is a plot about an Austrian neo-Nazi to trigger a nuclear war between the United States and Russia. Okay, so that he can establish a fascist superstate in Europe. After the neo-Nazi scientists build secret weapon, here we go. Let me bring it over here. Build the secret weapon. that destroys Baltimore and a rogue Russian officer paid the neo-Nazi U.S. aircraft carrier. The world's superpowers are pushed close to the brink of war. The clown's analyst, Jack Ryan, is the only person who realized that the Baltimore bomb was a black market weapon, not a Russian one. Shady, where? Baltimore?
Baltimore.
What?
Yep.
Didn't we just have a funeral of some guy in Baltimore?
Giant.
Wow. Okay. There you go. That was new to me. We're live digging together, folks. Wow. I wonder if he died of nuclear.
From handling it?
Yeah. Right. Wow, guys. All right. So let's go to the next one. 1307. Knowing what you know now regarding Israel disclosure moments ago, authentic. Why is Secretary of State there? Why is the EU, others pressing to remain in the deal? Think logically. France and Germany came to the White House for sole purpose of pressing POTUS to remain in the deal. 5% shared. POTUS D-class Syria/Iran plus U1 connection. Where does the EU fit in? Sick. Q.
Where does that EU fit in?
Black market. We're going to see that in a second. Q post 1317, Shady. This is the one that we read earlier, right?
Right.
About Hussein traveling ahead of POTUS.
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead and read this one.
So Q's responding to that. The reread the drop today. JK, John Kerry, and Iran. Important context for future news.
So could this be important for today, Shady?
It could be.
Okay.
Why is Hussein and John Kerry traveling worldwide and meeting with foreign heads of state, some enemies of the U.S.? HRC and Bill Clinton flying under the radar, same, unreported. Why?
Why is that, Shady?
2 former presidents, Secretary of States, out of power and authority, racing around the world, pre and post the president. Why? Unprecedented. The world is connected and the world is watching. And every trip that he goes on, they follow in their footsteps and precede him.
Yep. Wow,
Logan
guys.
Act.
Oh, total Logan Act. And Hillary's actually been convicted of a Logan Act, fined, I should say, for attending the Bilderberg meeting. 300,000, I think it was. All right,
I think it was.
1320, Shady. Today, this is 5818. Today, evil lost control, leverage of Iran. Today, POTUS took control of Iran. Today, with pending sanctions and military actions. With pending sanctions and pending military actions, folks. POTUS will gain more ammunition, intel against them. Suicide watch. Deal kept Iran quiet. The goal was to keep POTUS in until impeachment/term end. Bigger than people can imagine. Treason is 1/10. Ask yourself, why are they panicking? Ask yourself, why is UK, France, and Germany so involved? Trips to White House, what are they hiding? Why is HRC in New Zealand? Is New Zealand part of Five Eyes? Why is this relevant? Suicide watch, Q.
And I think that this one right here, and just if I could take a minute, this hits into a lot of what you and I discuss. And I don't see a lot of other people out there recognizing this, because what I see is a lot of people on Twitter screaming for treason. And yes, there is treason. I get that. There's some treason out there. But you have no idea. Like, whenever Q says a new word for treason will need to be invented, that is simply because the corruption is so disproportionate to anything that you could imagine. I mean, you imagine the most amount of possible corruption that any person can stand and witness, times that by like 10,000. Okay, this is unbelievable what is actually going on. And treason is something, but it's not the big thing here. This is an attempt to instill and maintain worldwide constant war so that you in your country are producing goods and services for the state. This is why socialism is so great, because then the state, the socialism, can take everything from the people, and then they can use that to war against other people. That's fun, right? So you go to work every day. This is why you have a constitution, by the way. You go to work every day in a capitalist society to earn something, and then you keep it. But whenever you live in a socialist society, well, they just take that and build war machines and try to conquer other lands.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? How do we right this ship? How do we get back to a conversation? The only way we start is by getting these corrupt individuals to walk away so that we can have line of sight again. This is infection that's, it's like staph infection of our system. It's systemic. It's everywhere.
Yep. And Shady, why was the Clinton Foundation in New Zealand? Because they got $5.5 million from the New Zealand taxpayers. Interesting to note, the New Zealand people started petition to stop funding Clinton Foundation.
But the government kept on funding it.
That's right.
With the people's money.
This is it right here. So it's US 3.9 million, NZ 5.5 million, and taxpayer money in 2018-19. The New Zealand Taxpayers Union can confirm this is in addition to the 8 million New Zealand given to the organization since 2014. Where was Five Eyes?
People don't understand that you only have to get into a country and control the few people that are at the accounting offices.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to control every citizen to get their money from every citizen.
Hillary Clinton considered moving to New Zealand after Trump lost, guys.
I thought she just became the chancellor in Belfast.
She did.
The lady is busy.
All right, and I'm going to drop the link to that tweet right here because Pseudonym's probably going, I got to find that one. So there you go. Okay? Guys, this is another thread that I did, guys. See that? This is why it's important to keep looking at these brilliant anons and what they've dug up. It's amazing. All right, 1325, Shady. Here we go. Now you're going to find out why the EU, right? Let me just open it in a new window, make sure it works here. There we go. Yep, here we go. Coming your way. Here we go. Rosatom head to visit Iran. A chief executive officer of Rosatom State Economic Energy Corporation, Alexei Likhchachev, is slated for upcoming visit to Iran to follow up on power plant projects in Bushehr. Now, happy hunting means we thought it was going to be antitrust, and if they, corner the market there, they corner the market there. That could be an antitrust, right? An Iranian delegation headed by spokesperson for the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, Kamalvandi, met with Alexei Likhchachev, the CEO of Rosatom State Atomic Energy Corporation. So this is very interesting. On Tuesday, delegations from Iran and Russia met in Moscow to hail 25 years of bilateral cooperation in an area of peaceful uses of nuclear energy and the new prospects under the Iran nuclear deal. Interesting, right? Happy hunting. Here you go,
Rosatom.
Yeah, Rosatom. Okay, so that actually kind of is relevant right now. Let me go grab that real quick. You see the digging, guys? Are you guys having fun yet? I mean, what are we, 2 hours on here already, Shady?
Just over.
Wow. I can't believe that. It doesn't feel like that, but I felt that it was very important for us to go over all of this stuff, guys, because the news isn't covering it. And since you are the news now, we are all the news now, guys.
Go report some news to people that are saying that this was a revered general.
Revered.
Go give them some news under their tweets.
Right.
So they're all on Twitter.
Really, it's true. And remember, Mueller was caught delivering uranium-1 samples, guys. It's all connected. Oh, it's there. I'm trying to find my roster.
I'm not sure that in some of the drops it does kind of allude to he might have been in charge of the whole of getting not even just a sample.
Right.
Like he was I mean, the guy looked like he was kind of radiated. Really, I mean, when you think about it, he didn't seem like he was.
He acted a little radiated too, didn't he?
I mean, really, he did. I mean, he literally looked confused when they asked him about Christopher Steele. Like he literally had a confused look on his face, like he didn't know what the hell they were talking about.
And here's Goldman Sachs. That's running right along with Clinton. This is a great graphic right here, guys. But you know, Podesta Group, right, retains outside counsel over Manafort-related scandal. Do you see what's happening here, guys? It's amazing.
Plants need water.
Yeah, plants need water, guys.
I would stop having so much empathy for Paul Manafort, by the way.
Yep, same.
Everybody's like all fawning over Paul Manafort. It's like, stop it.
1345, Shady.
Reread crumbs regarding Iran. It was never about worldwide safety and security. It was never about nuclear disarmament. It was about opening a new untapped market. It was about securing a black site, the exchange, and a black market. Uranium One, risk the welfare of the world. Why? Money. Organized and planned by Bill Clinton and HRC. Carried out by Hussein. Remember, HRC ran against Hussein. Uranium One donations to Clinton Foundation. 1.7 billion in cash transferred to Iran. 4 routes, 5 planes. Did the total withdrawal actually depart EU? Why EU? Define bribe. Define kickback. Special interest groups. What U.S. EU companies immediately closed large deals in Iran post-deal? You going to the link?
Yep. Here we go. And you'll notice that they're Peugeot. You'll notice that they're all French companies, just FYI. Hang on. Because European company, Peugeot. You know what?
Just, yeah, they see the ad.
It's not an ad. It's
I mean, I know they see the article I meant to say.
I can't see it, though.
You can't read it.
Because I got to log in and I don't have an account there. I'm going to go incognito window and I'm going to show you guys. Because I can't put incognito here unless I change. Let me see if I can change. So if you ever get one of these kind of things, guys, you can do an incognito window and see the whole article, okay? So basically, yeah, Peugeot, Iran, Kodo automobile factory plant near Tehran. European officials want to protect their companies by finding ways to shield them from American sanctions while they continue doing business in Iran. There you go. That's basically the gist of it. Yeah. All right. Shady, go ahead.
Cross-check companies against political and foundation payments. Define bribe. Define kickback. Why are people panicking about Iran deal pullout? Because they never thought she would lose. Truth coming. Q. Define bribe. Define kickback. Define slush fund. Define corruption, please.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Amen to that. So this is it. The exchange, I believe, is the Central Bank of Iran, right? And they don't go on the U.S. dollar. I think that's what it is. I can't remember. It's an exchange rate, the stock exchange, Iran stock exchange, right? Let me just go to that real quick. The Iran Stock Exchange. Tehran Stock Exchange is Iran's largest stock exchange. Here we go. This is the exchange. Here you go. Opened in 1967. The TSE is based in Tehran as of May 2012. 339 companies with a combined market capitalization of 104 billion were listed on the TSE. And there's your exchange. Pretty interesting, right? There's the building.
Looks a lot like a UN building.
It does. So very interesting. Okay, let's keep going here, Shady. This is 1346 because it's important for us to show you guys all the Iran crumbs. Okay? Reread crumbs Iran. It never was about that. So this is what Shady just wrote. 4 routes, 5 planes, guys. Interesting, huh? Why did the total... Okay, so we got all that. So then Q says, digest. Next. What CEOs have resigned since POTUS's election? Cross-check companies in Iran post-deal? You have more than you know. Happy hunting, Q. And I'm not sure if the Anons did this. I didn't do this yet.
They were definitely digging on there. I mean, there was a lot of them. I think in the resignation list you can actually find where they were, but they were in every country in Europe,
Yep.
France, Germany, every single country there. So it's pretty much easy to assume that anybody that's making modern contracts had something to do with it.
All right, let's go to intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com and let's go to Crumb's resignation info.
Takes it a second for it to load.
Yeah, I just had to click it yet. All right, here we go. Oh, they refused to connect. Where we go one, we go all.
There it goes.
Here it is. 11,262, but these are not just CEOs, you see. Paul Walsh, chairman of the UK. So India, Samsung. So very interesting, right? So if we, let's see, name and position.
A lot of people don't want their jobs anymore.
I wonder why.
I don't know. But that's an unprecedented number for 2 years.
Right. But you can find that site. Go to intheMatrixx3x's.com, then go connect over there. Apparently he said we can't connect with them anymore because where we go one, we go all. 1347, Shady.
They are freaking out because someone in Iran has threatened to name names of politicians in the West who took bribes to get the deal done. There's a twat to that effect a couple breads ago. Q post back responding, news beginning to leak. Not new to Anons, old. Future proofs past, eyes on. Q.
Boom. Boom. 1348. Nuke inspector quit. Coincidence days after Iran deal withdrawal. Corruption everywhere. Q. Why do you think the guy with the mustache, what's that guy's name? Bolton. Bolton has his hands dirty in this, folks.
Oh, they were talking about John Bolton this morning, or earlier on one of the shows there, and the guy that was there was saying that he views John Bolton as one of the smartest people he's ever met.
Of course.
It's like, OMG, would you please just stop it?
Yep. So the UN's, this is May 2018, and here's the article, folks, because we have to bring you the source, the sauce. This is UN's top nuke inspector abruptly quits day after U.S. pulls out of Iran nuke deal. Here I am. Here I am. There you go, guys. Coincidence. What do you think?
Big coincidence.
The other nations involved in the deal, including Russia, China, European powers, they want to keep it alive, folks. The United States will continue to support robust implementation inspections, Iran to the full extent of the IAEA's authority. We want out. We got out. Okay, Shady, let's go to the next one. 1359. Why do you get all the long ones? Oh, wait, this is Pickle. This is our Pickle post. Let me get to this article. And you go ahead and read. Go ahead, Shady. Pickle.
A group representing German trade interests said the U.S. decision to withdraw from the deal will hit German companies and urged the EU to protect their interests. Trade between Germany and Iran reached 3.4 billion euros, 4 billion last year, according to BGA, another foreign trade association. What about Total SA? Total SA is a French multinational integrated oil and gas company and one of the 7 super major oil companies in the world.
French.
And we've dug on this quite a bit. Who recently visited the White House? What was their purpose?
Macron.
Coincidence? What about the safety and security of the world? What about preventing Iran nuclear capabilities? Fake news? Will the EU resort to protecting the deal so the money flow remains in place? Why is Kerry in the EU? Will the U.S. be forced to ban and declare certain EU countries off limits? Look at that. Will the U.S. be forced to ban and declare certain EU countries off limits? Who controls the elected officials, leaders? Who do elected leaders report to? Pickle.
CIA.
I.e. clowns. Will Iran expose the names of corrupt officials? Who was talking about that just earlier today? Pickle. Will the U.S. expose the names of corrupt officials plus the Khan deal? We await your answer, 48. On guard. Q.
Now, this post is great in several ways. One,
upside down,
bottom to top. It tells a whole different story. On guard, we await your answer, 48. The 48 families, right? Do you remember that? 48. En garde is French. Will the U.S. expose the names of corrupt officials and Khan deal? Pickle. Will Iran expose the name of corrupt officials? Pickle. Who do elected leaders report to? Who controls elected leaders? Will the U.S. be forced to ban and declare certain U.S. countries off limits? Why is Kerry in the EU? Will the EU resort to protecting the deal so money flow remains in place? Fake news. What about preventing Iran nuclear compatibilities? What about the safety and security of the world? Coincidence? What was their purpose? Who recently visited the White House? And then we get to the total essay. Now let's go to that article that Q linked to. European business leaders, Shady, European businesses most affected by U.S. sanctions of Iran.
I have a feeling that they have different CEOs today.
I do too, right? So this is particularly in Europe. Major companies in Europe could see billions of dollars in commercial deals canceled because of the U.S. decision to reinstall sanctions on Iran. Though the ultimate impact remains unclear due to possibility of renegotiations and exemptions, experts say. President Donald Trump's decision to withdraw from Iran nuclear deal and reimpose sanctions on Iran means companies worldwide must stop doing business with the country or run afoul of the U.S. government, AP reported. Companies and countries with commercial deals with Iran would have in either 90 or 180 days to wind down those activities, depending on the types of products being sanctioned. And firms would not only be able to generate new business, they would not be able to generate new business. Certain exemptions and waivers can be negotiated, but the U.S. did not say what products or countries might qualify. Since then, the Iran nuclear deal nuclear deal was struck in 2015, it was mainly European companies that moved back into strike deals with Iran, making Trump's decision particularly painful for those in the region. U.S.-Iran sanctions are hardly hitting any U.S. companies, but aim primarily at the European ones, Carl Bildt, of the former leader of Sweden, who is now co-chair of the European Council on Foreign Relations, said in a tweet. The EU in the past has found this utterly unacceptable, he added, though it was unclear still how European leaders would respond. Among U.S. companies, plane maker Boeing has signed the biggest deals. U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said Tuesday that all of its existing licenses, as well as those of European competitor Airbus, would be invalidated. In December 2016, Airbus signed a deal with Iran's national carrier, Iran Air, to sell it 100 planes around $19 billion at list price. Boeing later struck its own deal with Iran Air for 80 aircraft with a list price of some $17 billion, promising that deliveries would begin in 2017 and run until 2025. Boeing separately struck another 30-deal airplane with Iran's Aseman Airlines for $3 billion at list price. Boeing has yet to deliver any aircraft to Iran under those deals and said it will continue to follow the U.S. government's lead. Airbus, which is French, and it's subject to U.S. license because it makes at least 10% of its aircraft components in the U.S. So they're also impacted with U.S. because they're in the U.S. So very interesting stuff, Shady. So the U.S. says the sanctions will also sharply curtail sales of oil by Iran, which is currently the world's fifth largest. They're only the fifth largest oil producer, guys. Do you realize that?
Yeah, just only.
Only. But fifth. They're not first. We are, apparently now. In the case of oil sales, there will be a 180-day period for countries to wrap up existing companies. So far, French oil company Total SA has been the most aggressive Western oil company to move back into Iran, signing in July a $5 billion 20-year agreement with Iran. A Chinese oil company also has a deal to develop the country's massive South Pars offshore natural gas field. Total SA did not respond for a request to comment. The price of oil rose sharply Wednesday to its highest since 2014. In other sectors, French car maker Peugeot Citroën reached a deal in 2016 to open a plant producing 200,000 vehicles annually in Iran. It said Wednesday what it is studying the implications of the U.S. move and hopes the European Union will have a united position on Iran sanctions. A group representing German trade interests said the U.S. decision to withdraw from the deal will hit German companies and urge the EU to protect their interests. Trade between Germany and Iran reached 3.4 billion euros. That's $4 billion last year, according to BGA. German Finance Minister Olaf Scholz vowed on Wednesday to try to protect European companies from any adverse respects from U.S. president's decisions. We'll try to do everything in our means so that European companies will be affected as little as possible. Okay? So the fallout for us, Trump's decision also risks fallout for us, apparently. The U.S. move may lead gradually and modestly reduced oil production by Iran. That would further push up the global oil prices, according to a research note by Gregory Dacko. If West Texas intermediate crude oil prices average 70 a barrel, that this year would amount to the drag on growth. Pop. So very interesting. Now they're calling us isolationists. But our credibility is shot because this is their deal, folks. Their deal. Shady.
Yeah, our credibility is shot, all right. We're no longer going to be sponsoring this corruption.
That's right.
So we're no longer worthy.
You're not worthy. Continuing, 451. This is a long day, Shady. 6/11/18. Does Kim look nervous prior to big meetings with POTUS? Did they already meet long ago? Is he preparing at his hotel with his advisors ahead of time? Or is he out enjoying the freedom he never had in the past? Deal done. Safe? On guard. POTUS moves up departure. Why? The world is safer. Iran developments. ... Q. Shady, keep going.
1454. EU sanctions Iran. Leaders of EU only care about protecting the flow of money, not the safety and security of their people or world. Iran deal orchestrated for the sole purpose of lifting sanctions blockade to allow access of foreign businesses for individual and company-wide enrichment. Scam. Nothing to do with nukes. Cover. Hussein pallets of cash. Hussein's secret authorization to convert U.S. dollars. More coming. No mainstream media coverage. Got popcorn?
Got tons of it, Shady. I got tons of it. Now look at that, guys. It was the Iran deal. This deal was to lift the sanctions that we put on them, guys, right? To allow the access of foreign people that are screaming right now that our president killed a hero.
Yep. Same people.
Same people, folks. But we all know that this man killed and maimed many good U.S. people. If you support our troops, you support the killing of this guy.
Exactly.
Soleimani, whatever his name is. Now look at this, Shady. More Tehran times. Money, not security. Nuke dev prevention. Owned politicians. Returning to the news, Shady. Tehran Times. EU is taking steps to protect companies in Iran, guys. Now the EU is talking bad about our attack, folks. Now you know why. It isn't because he was a general and he doesn't have power and the right to do so. He has absolute power. It's legal. Everything our president did is legal, folks.
There's no illegality in taking out someone who's attempting to harm or he was with the people that stormed the embassy 2 days prior.
Right.
That's who he got in the car with.
That's right.
So it's his fault for being in the car with people who attacked the embassy 2 days before.
So the EU, Shady, is on their team because they're part of the big con as well, folks. The measures are meant to help protecting the interests of EU companies investing in Iran and to demonstrate the EU's commitment and joint comprehensive plan of action, the commissioner said. So the European Union is fully committed to the continued full and effective implementation of the JCPOA, so long as Iran respects its obligations. And at that time, the European Union is also committed to maintaining cooperation with the U.S., who remains key partner and ally. So you got your friends and enemies all close, guys. It's very interesting. Very interesting developments. And then this is from the Iran Daily News as well. Let's see if this link still works. Yep. Official, Iran should attract small, medium-sized European firms, Shady. And they should encourage small, medium-sized European companies to invest in the mining sector in a bid to counter the impacts of the U.S. sanctions. So they're all against us, folks.
Every one of them.
You see
Everyone that's loud.
Is this painting a good picture for everybody here?
All the people that are loud, Matrixx, is that the people that are against us?
Yes, sir.
All the people that have this pretend hatred for the president?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a hatred for the president. It's a need to keep their stuff private.
That's right. So we're linking all of this together, folks. Q has given this to us, folks. We have it all. And now all this news, Shady, is unlocking the map, isn't it?
Yes, it is, because it's going to lead to this. This is where this is going to lead to. Iran is going to start talking in public soon, and the media is not going to be able to ignore what they're saying.
Right. And they're trying to block all this, and this comes as the European leaders are trying to convince the U.S. You got Macron, you got Angela Merkel, all trying to convince the U.S. to exempt European countries from Iran sanctions. Shady.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck. All right. So they're all owned, folks. They're owned politicians. Everybody that is speaking against what we did heroically over there in Iraq, not Iran, guys, because what Shady just pointed out, this was a false flag they were setting up. And you know what? President Trump nipped it right in the bud, guys.
And be aware that what's happening is, like, look at how this consistently happens. You're starting to see a pattern here. There's an event, and the event causes the media to defend the idiot. So right now, the media are literally defending a terrorist. Yep. So how do you get, this? I made a tweet about this the other day, but this is like white hat, Hegelian dialectic. Problem, reaction, solution. What's the problem? We have a bunch of corrupt people. What's the reaction? Oh, how do you get them? How do you get them to defend a terrorist? Oh, they react. Oh, how could you do? What could you do, this guy? And what is the solution? The American people waking up and seeing it.
Yeah.
That's the problem, reaction, solution right here. So now this happens over and over again with the way we're exposing them. And within 7 to 10 days from now, the Secretary of State will release the information, and they will explain to you, probably in depth, too much information for the media to take in, about what the threat was. Look, this is what they were planning. Mm-hmm. This is where they had goals set up, and everything that's not proper to that operation can be revealed and show you, okay, and now then what's the media going to be doing? They're going to be sitting there holding the bag again, just like they do every time. We're playing them right into this. You couldn't paint it any better to make them stand up and defend this guy the way they have. I mean, you name them, Bernie, AOC, Elon, Rashid, every single one of them hyping up about this. Susan Rice
Love it.
was saying, how this is a lady who told us that the Benghazi thing was because of a video. She's on TV.
And Shady, we have her admitting that she had secret deals with Iran.
She said it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, guys, wake up, right? Wake up.
How's she credible?
Not credible. Just protecting their scam, guys.
Stop it. It's
That's right. That's so good.
Disturbing.
All right, 1558. Free Iran. Fight, fight, fight. Regime change. People have the power. We stand with you. Q. 1570. False flag prevented. Shady, do you think we just false flag prevented? Go.
Next, immigration, child separation, narrative change, critical IDN, talking points, distract, IG report, hearings, Korea, Iran next, regime in trouble, people awake, projection. These people are sick, winning, Q.
Did you see that, guys? They're distracting from the IG report. They're distracting from impeachment hearings. They're distracting from Korea. They're distracting from everything, guys.
No, the president is distracting from him being impeached. They didn't
He's
even
not
sign
impeached,
it.
Shady.
They didn't even sign it, but they're saying he's trying to distract. He said it. He told you at the rally it's impeachment light.
Right.
It's not impeachment.
1571. Let's keep going. This is, again, false flag prevented, right? And it's a spelling error due to mobile. 1604. We stand with the good people of Iran who are currently battling their installed regime for freedom. True rule. The People have the power. Rise up and demand they be removed. At some point, military generals will act with the will of the people simply because their soldiers are those same people and have no choice. We stand with you. We are monitoring the situation closely. Stay safe. God bless. Q.
Says a lot.
Keep going, Shady. Oh, this is a picture. Let's see, what is it? Correct the record, right? Correct the record, Wojak. Shill's going nuts tonight. Something huge must be coming this week. Several months late on whining about Iran. Back to spamming. LARP, Boomer, Schizo from the 4chan days. Sad. Shady?
Trolling is fun. Hussein Trump interior equals identical minus small changes. World news in rear literally placed same prior to each departure. Placing that mug holder near the lamp was the hook. This was
on the plane.
This was a reference to the picture on Air Force One or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that picture and the lamp, the mug holder and the lamp. I think that was something to show that it was being bugged of some sort. I can't remember. That was a dig a long time ago. Again.
Or was that something that showed a picture that White Hats had from Air Force One when Obama was president or something? There was some connection there. I'm trying to remember that one.
Let me just do @intheMatrixxx mug Air Force One. Mm-hmm. Let me see. I don't find. Here it is. Animated GIF of the Air Force One. Here we go. All right. So this is the mug. 3 years ago. What 728? Nope. I don't know if this is it, guys, but this is Air Force One. Air Force One office relation to Q's pick. But there's no mug, but this is another one that he took, apparently, or they took. Anyways, let's keep going. So this is 1744, Shady. It's a Q post, Q reposting a post from December 4th, 2017. And we went over this one earlier. Have you been watching the news since Friday? Who's Peter Strzok? How was he compromised? How was he paid? Who was Melissa Hodgman? We showed you who she was. All that. So we've gone over all that, folks. So Shady, Hussein Iran connection bombs away Q. So obviously he, Q team, they wanted us to see this again. Again. Very interesting post. Again, Iran. 1753, Shady. Take it.
Foundation bottom to top. Layers. FISA equals foundation. Start. People are more aware of current events. Established link. Think criminal and illegal acts to prevent overturned presidential election of POTUS. Public awareness. Evidence introduced. Mainstream media covert link. Think sessions. Open statement regarding leak investigations. How do you build a home? Foundation to structure. Layers. Huber. Layers. Uranium One. Iran. Human trafficking. Haiti. Corruption. Etc. Etc. Logical thinking. Q.
Tying it all together, folks.
It's all the same thing.
The world is connected. The same people.
Right. It doesn't matter what you move through the rat lines.
Mm-hmm.
What matters is having the established rat lines.
Yep. All right, Shady.
You can move anything through them.
We're going to go to 1822 because, we're almost through these 71 posts, guys. We've done almost 71 posts. Here we go. 1822. This was a post on 8/6/2018. Psychological projection. Define conspiracy. A secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. A conspiracy to destroy the government. 2. The action of plotting or conspiring. They were cleared of conspiracy to prevent the course of justice. To pervert the course of justice. Fake news. Fake news collaborating and pushing knowingly false information. Fake news knowingly false narrative pushes. You're getting the narrative right here from Q, these posts. This is the narrative. This is the correct narrative. This is the non-fake news narrative, guys. POTUS colluded with Russia to win 2016 presidential election. POTUS is a puppet to Putin. POTUS to irreparably harm relationships with our allies. POTUS will collapse the U.S. economy. POTUS will collapse the stock market. POTUS will cause war with North Korea. POTUS will cause war with Iran. That's happening now. POTUS will destroy the world. World War III. On and on. Knowingly false. Fear and scare. Push. They would rather see North Korea peace negotiations fail, war, than to see POTUS resolve. Scandalous media bias conspiracy? Collaboration? What are they hiding? Fake news media is not free and independent. Fake news media equals propaganda arm of the Democratic Party. Think WikiLeaks list of journalists who colluded with HRC, DNC, 2016 presidential election. They want you divided. Divided by race, divided by religion, divided by culture, divided by class, divided by political affiliation. Divided, you are weak. Together, you are strong. You, the people, have the power. This movement changes their forced narrative. This movement challenges people not to simply trust what is being reported. Research for yourself. Think for yourself. Trust yourself. This movement is not about one person or a group of people. We the people. You are witnessing a full panic attack by the fake news media and covert alt media affiliates, foreign government. We just found out that Drudge was one of those. We found out that Alex Jones is Mossad. They cannot contain or defeat what they do not understand. Is any of this normal? Think sealed indictments count. Think resignation of CEOs. Think resignation of senators. Think resignations of Congress. Think termination of senior FBI. Think termination of senior DOJ. Watergate times 1,000. Shady said that millions of times. Attacks will only intensify. Logical thinking. Ask yourself a simple question. Why? Q. Thank you, Nathaniel. Shady. Wow. Shady? Did I lose you?
I'm here. Pretty descriptive there, right?
What's that?
I said very descriptive.
Very. That's huge.
It's huge, and no one wants to even bat an eye at it.
Nope. The news media's gonna say, "Oh well, stupid, 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 blah blah blah." That's all they're gonna say. I gotta tell you the truth. The truth is for you to know. The truth
is dirty. It's not clean.
It's belligerent. And you got to research for yourself. You got to think for yourself, and you got to trust yourself. Q's a LARP, Shady. Q's not legit, Shady. What?
Q doesn't exist. That's the best one.
Well, that's what is this here? What is all this? Is this existing?
In my opinion, this would make existing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does exist.
All right, Shady. 1943.
No matter what they say, watch Iran. Something incredible is about to happen. Who's Hassan Rouhani? The good people of Iran have the power. Fight for your freedom.
The good people of Iran have the power, folks.
You mean the people of Iran that are at the cultural sites we're targeting?
Yep.
Because you noticed that they're all talking about that the president said we were going to bomb cultural sites.
Yep.
Were you able to read that tweet?
Yeah.
Did you infer that we were going to bomb cultural sites from that tweet?
No, they twisted it, Shady. They twisted that to mean all that. But you know what?
I mean, look at that. Look at what they did from this. I mean, he did not say. He said the important. Wouldn't oil refineries be important to cultural sites and the people of Iran?
Well, you heard Lindsey Graham just saying like, "Hey, look, we're going to destroy their oil."
Exactly. Well, I mean, we built it.
Yep, it's ours. It's yours, guys. You paid for it. Q post.
I would prefer to get rid of the corrupt people around it and keep the systems intact. Therefore, Iran doesn't suffer anymore. Once we get them out, they have their oil.
Right. So here we go. This is about Rouhani. Look at here they are over here. Iran's Rouhani blames Iran's troubles. So Iran parliament censures Rouhani and signs pragmatists losing sway. Iran's parliament voted on Tuesday to reject Rouhani's explanations for economic hardship after a dramatic grilling on live TV. A sign in his pragmatic faction is losing sway to hardline rivals as U.S. sanctions begin to bite, guys. The vote in the parliament came 2 days after lawmakers sacked ministers of economy and finance in the weeks after they had sacked the labor minister, blaming them for the collapse of the rial currency and surging inflation. Rouhani won 2 landslide elections on a platform of economic reform and opening up Iran up to the outside world. And his pragmatic supporters have a majority in the parliament. But his reputation and political influence have taken a sharp hit as he promised economic gains that have failed to materialize. His highest profile achievement was negotiating the lifting of the sanctions of Iran in 2015 deal with the World Party over its nuclear program. But U.S. President Donald J. Trump pulled out in May, and Washington has reimposed sanctions. Rouhani spoke out in Parliament in defense of his economic record, blaming the country's woes on the U.S. sanctions rather than his team's management. But a majority of lawmakers voted to reject his explanation in 4 out of 5 areas. So basically, the installed regime, the Hillary Clinton controlled, the cabal controlled, they're not behind this guy anymore, it looks like, right?
He's going to be left floating in the wind.
Rouhani didn't kill himself. This is a PSA.
Yeah, exactly.
So here we go. Hussein Rouhani, who paid Hussein to attend Harvard Law School. Who is Prince Alawid bin Talil? Here we go, Shady. That was your answer earlier, right? That was our answer of who did that. That's who paid for Harvard Law School. Why would Prince Alawid bin Talil, Saudi royal, pay for Hussein to attend Harvard Law School?
To create the perfect Manchurian candidate.
Was Hussein a prominent political figure or a person of influence at the time?
No.
Who is Valerie Jarrett? Where was she born?
Iran.
When did Valerie Jarrett hire Michelle Robinson?
Michael.
1991. Timeline. Here it is.
They got engaged in a simple and sweet way.
It's simple and sweet. Come here, dude.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
And the waiter came over with dessert in a tray, and there was a ring. Michael said later, and I was completely shocked. They got married. Woo, 1992. They adopted kids that said that there were kids. Oh, wait.
So
no, wait.
on the inside, get married for position, not love.
Right. Barack was elected to Senate.
When he was elected, he said he had no desire to run.
Yep, here he is.
8 months later, he was campaigning.
Yeah. All right, so timeline. There's the timeline. Who is Mayor former Richard Daley? That's a Chicago mayor. Who is Mayor current Rahm Emanuel? Now, Rahm Emanuel is a dual citizen, and his father is a killer.
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm. Hussein should be very nervous. Brennan should be very nervous. Kerry should be very nervous. Merkel should be very nervous. Plus 29.
Plus 29?
How were the pallets of cash divided? How many planes were used to the transport? Who operated the planes? I'm almost thinking Epstein, boys. I'm telling you guys. I just had a weird gut on this, guys.
I have that intuition as well. Something had to do with them.
Yeah.
Or the wheels up.
Who operated the planes? That shadow agency directed operations. What shadow agency directed? Mm-hmm. Why wasn't the money simply wire transferred?
Because we need the dough, bro.
U.S. had authority to open bank-to-bank transfers. How do you prevent financial T-logs?
Would that be financial transfer logs?
Yep, you give them cash.
Yep.
How were the cash withdrawals in the EU categorized and labeled?
This is yours, this is mine, this is yours.
1 for Shady, 2 for me. Where did the one
here's
for
the one for the
one
Pope,
for
here's the
Bill,
ballot for the Red
3 for
Cross,
Pope.
here's the ballot for
There you go. Exactly. So where did the cash originate from? Your pockets, folks.
the Federal Reserve.
Your pockets. What time of day did the withdrawals occur? Who provided security? Why wasn't Congress notified? How come we can't ask that question, mainstream media, right?
Well, But we can ask the question of why wasn't Congress notified whenever we take out a terrorist, but we can't ask the question of why wasn't Congress notified whenever we send over.
Oh, yeah, because Nancy Pelosi knew this was happening, so she didn't have to be notified. She was already notified.
Oh,
because she's part of it, right?
Because she had her name on a stack.
On a pallet. The Nancy Pelosi pallet. Why was the U.S. government kept in the dark? U.S. laws broken? Did all planes land at the same location, airport? Why did one particular plane land outside of Iran in Syria? Why was a helicopter involved? Who did the money go to? How do you audit a foreign aid big block transfer? Did Rouhani...
Notice the WHO there, World Health Organization.
Yep. Did Rouhani keep unknown comms as insurance?
Yes.
What agency collects all forms of data?
NSA.
What agency did Snowden work for originally?
NSA.
Did he train on
CIA
the farm?
Originally. Yeah, CIA originally. Yes, he trained on the farm.
When did Snowden join no such agency? Define contractor. Underneath, what was the name of that contractor, Shady? Do you remember? Guys, you guys know out there. I can't remember the name of it right now. Anyways, here we go. Define PRISM program. What year did Snowden release specs, details of PRISM? Mid-2013. Impact. Limit NSA's ability to utilize, collect. Fake news push for Congress restrictions. Open source push to create counter defense. Purpose, blue skies for clown op. When was the joint plan of action Iran deal executed? Late 2013. Do you believe in coincidences? Nothing to see here. Q.
Insider.
Mm-hmm.
Not whistleblower.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to, oh look, 2014 is here with InfoWars, Shady.
With Free Speech Systems LLC.
Yep, that's InfoWars. That's your Alex Jones out of Austin. There he is right here. Free Speech System. This is an old mall, apparently, that a bunch of Israeli Mossad businesses are there. Free Speech Systems LLC.
Blank, blank, blank. 12 spaces.
Meeting in Poland. There's Jerome Corsi, 1, 2, 3rd from the left. Mel Rockefeller. Interesting. Follow the picture. Jerome Corsi, who I outed as Mossad asset agent in 1997 sting operation in London. Corsi and Piper Jaffray broke Brad Admonson, were integral to a fraud that took Minnesota investors for $1 million that the FBI refused to properly investigate. Instead, agents sought to portray me as responsible. Corsi is named as the author of several best-selling Israeli psyops book, including Unfit for Command, 2004, Atomic Iran, 2005, Minutemen, 2006, and The Abomination, 2008. Q. Now, who was Jerome Corsi? What channel was Corsi on a lot, guys?
InfoWars.
No. What Patriot channel was Corsi on a lot, guys? Soap? Box? 5-5, guys? Where can I even post anymore, Shady? Patriot Soapbox. Who took us down for 90 days, Shady?
Patriot Soapbox.
There you go. Go over to the soapbox, tell them we said hello. Here we go, 2658. Remember, Shady, take this one.
Remember when the Dems and the fake news media and fake wood pushed mass fear that POTUS would start World War III regarding North Korea? POTUS and peace on the Korean Peninsula? No further missile tests or uranium enrichment? New narrative created? Refusal to provide coverage for successes? Remember when D's and fake news media and fake wood pushed the stock market collapse if the POTUS was elected? POTUS elected plus policies and largest gains in recorded market history. New narrative created. Refusal to provide coverage of successes. Use Fed to include rates to counter growth and project POTUS's blame. Remember when the Dems and the fake news media and fake wood pushed complete economic collapse if POTUS was elected?
Mm-hmm.
POTUS plus policies equal the lowest unemployment records in history, plus record jobs, GDP, and growth. New narrative created. Refusal to provide a coverage of successes. Deploy and use racism, sexism, and every other ism to counter political potential black and Hispanic population support. Why do D's and the fake news media and fake wood continually push the impeached narrative if impeachment requires 2/3 of the Senate to enact? Odds of that. Do they push the fake narrative to project a supposed supportable with evidence wrongdoing to their base, confirmation bias? Where are you?
I'm right here.
Okay. Accusations never supported by facts, groupthink.
How's that? Where are you? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
The list goes on and on. Panic in D.C. Why? What was lost? Power of the purse. Commander-in-Chief of the United States military. Power to replace senior officials within crucial government positions and departments. Who can then replace SR or senior, mid, and low positions? Trickle-down replacement. Power to appoint Supreme Court justices. What if HRC won and appointed 2+ crooked Supreme Court justices?
We're witnessing the last resort right now, in my opinion. Shady, go ahead.
Yep. Power to destroy and undo Hussein, prevent executive orders which harmed greatly and limited the U.S. in many vital NEC ways. Power to rebuild the United States military back to a global superpower. China, payoffs, bribes, failure. Power to enact laws by executive order to combat and protect our people. Power to shift foreign policy, thereby reducing our enemy's ability to prosper and someday reign. Iran deal, Paris Accord, China trade, Syria, ... on and on and on it goes. Power to declass crucial docs to provide the public with the truth, transparency. Tom Benton. Power to give back power to the people as intended by our founders. Leader of the free world. ... Q.
Yep. Very interesting, right? Delana, I'm just stating the fact. I have nothing against them. I've actually have nothing bad to say about anybody. It's all good. So that's it right there. 27:15. Is say they're talking to Washington Post a good thing? Q says, more importantly, why is the Washington Post leading attacks versus Q? Who owns the Washington Post? Who funds Amazon? Bezos. Who targeted NSA's surveillance expose? Prevented pre-U1 Iran? Why are we being attacked daily by the largest news companies in the world? Use caution. High follower account targeting to direct deep in narrative mob as method to remove. Q. Interesting that Sather's being attacked right now by somebody that was Q'd. And this is the kind of stuff, guys, that, look, I have been attacked. Shady and I've been attacked. We've been attacked so hard, guys. Probably the most attacked, I would guess. But I'm not here to attack anyone ever. I'm here to be a uniter. In fact, that's what they didn't like about us. Shady and I were going on a bunch of different shows, a lot of different shows, and then they had to create a narrative to have everybody stay away from us and not see like the Paysur did. The minute we said Paysur, we were attacked, guys. I mean, I am here to just talk to you guys, work with you, dig with you, learn with you, because it's not about any one person. It's not about it's about thinking for ourselves and learning together. I'm learning with you guys. I'm learning with you guys every day. Right? All right, Shady, 27:16. Unless you want to add on to anything.
No, I think that we kind of covered that one. But the main thing with the last one I wanted to refer was, who owns the Washington Post? Bezos. Who funds Amazon? Your intelligence agencies.
That's right. And DARPA, right? DARPA, Amazon, it created Amazon, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, guys.
Google, Microsoft.
And just so you know, I have a theory, and I think Shady, I've talked to you about this before, but I think that's why we were led to the Denver airport, because that's where the DARPA, in my opinion, control room is for Instagram, Facebook, Amazon, all of it.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Because that infrastructure was put in at the beginning of the World Wide Web.
That's right.
In the mid 90s, whenever they were building all that infrastructure under the Denver airport, they were putting in all of this infrastructure. They knew, we've got the architecture from Facebook from 1970. They knew what was coming in the next 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they were setting up all of this stuff so that whenever they rolled it out, it looked like it was organic. It looked like, this random dude in the basement, Zuckerberg, took this idea and created Facebook. And now all of a sudden he's got all these servers and all these people can access.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Amazon spent 20 years not making a penny. And then all of a sudden, biggest company in the world.
And they don't have to pay taxes.
And they don't, and also they have the people who have written the most negative articles about Q. The Washington Post is number 1.
Yep.
Daily Beast, I think, is number 2.
We're funding the very people that we're trying to get rid of, folks. And you know what's interesting
exactly
too,
right.
Shady? Every package the American taxpayer pays like $1 something for every package that is mailed.
Everything that goes into the mail, you pay.
Yep.
From Amazon. Yep.
I know, and it's very
How convenient.
Yeah, it's very convenient, right?
How convoluted of a deal is that?
That's right. 2793. Is it your turn? You want to go?
Chatter uptick regarding how to effectively prevent crosstalk regarding anti-narrative across all social media online platforms. Ability to prevent crosstalk narrows and comms only to fake news, which provides for more control over what is released to inform the public. A series of scenarios is currently being conducted. Game the system to test response, risk, and calculate results. Censorship added layers of inserted code through keyword targeting in biohistory and comments, plus individual platform mods has failed to curtail the problem. China, Russia, Iran, fake takedown hacks of select platforms for maintenance is one scenario being game played. 0 day. Countermeasures in place. Example, think emergency alert system. Think White House controlled new RT News website. Think White House controlled new video stream platform. Think here. Should this occur, immediate steps will be taken to classify each as a public utility, essential public service to gain appropriate government regulation and control. Why do we make things public? In other words, saying, to me, if they try to take down the platforms, then we're going to overtake them and put them back up as a public utility because they don't have the right to take away your freedom of speech.
And we paid for it.
And we bought it. So they
ours.
can't take it. It's ours. We created it. You made the mistake of giving us access and being able to communicate like this, and now you're going to pay for it by us demolishing you
Yeah,
with your systems.
that's right.
Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah, thank you. And so that's interesting to me because if we paid for it, it should be a public utility. But this is something that people forget about, right? This post. And I'm like, wow, what if it is, guys? And then think here would be now 8 Kun. Now, remember, POTUS said we have a forum.
Yep.
Okay. Remember that, guys. And remember,
We have a
8 Kun,
forum where we can talk about stuff.
and Q is using DoD IP addresses, folks.
So if something goes down, then we're going to have seemingly direct comms.
That's right. Here we go. 2807. We're almost through all of these posts. 2/19/19. That was February 19th, 2019. Topic: taxpayer theft. Insider versus outsider. Retain control versus lose control. Kennedy was an outsider, assassinated. Reagan was also an outsider, assassination attempt. POTUS is an outsider, classified high. How much money cash was sent by the Fed to Iraq war? $12 billion in cash, and we watched it vanish. There it is. They flew nearly $12 billion in shrink-wrapped $100 bills
Uncirculated.
into Iraq, guys. It was a staggering scale of the biggest transfer of cash in the history of the Federal Reserve. Wow. But wait, there's more. Twice a month. Crazy, guys. What was that twice a month? Is that trillion? 2 trillion, 2.4 trillion. How much was taken from the log transaction?
2.3 trillion.
Huh.
You don't say.
Yeah, huh. Huh.
So you
Who in their right mind would send 363 tons of cash into a war zone?
Rumsfeld.
Uh-huh. Here's the next article, Shady.
Well, that all depends on what we know, because there's things that we know, and there's things that we know we don't know. There's things that we don't know that we can't know.
What is? How do you find is? Depends
Keep
what
talking around
ISIS.
your own freaking circle of corruption.
Circle jerk.
So infuriating.
Here it is. These are the articles of the money disappearing, guys. Huh. Wow. Who in the
They
right
tack
mind would
that
do
on and say you now have a national debt that owes the money that they
It's
can't
yours.
find.
Yeah, you owe us back. It's yours. How much cash was confiscated from the Iraq Central Bank? Well, let's go look at that. How much cash was confiscated? Saddam's $1 billion bank heist. Yeah, I'm sure it was Saddam's. Let's put Hillary's. Let's put cabal right there. Let's put slush fund. Let's put the biggest con in history. Let's tell the truth, guys.
If you want to put a name there, put Bush 1 there.
Yeah, all of them.
Bush 1 is the leader.
What we have is a new world order, not the law of the jungle.
Yeah. They were sending all kinds of stuff there.
4 a.m., March 18th, the day before Americans' cruise missiles began to rain down on the Iraqi capital, 3 large trucks pulled up to the central bank. 900 million. I mean, crazy, folks.
But they were just able to go to the bank and get the money before we started bombing.
Now, you guys remember all this in the Q posts, right? Because I'm, seeing things that I haven't seen before too, folks. Just so you know. Right? All right, so this is how much money cash, central bank. Example, not intended for public awareness. What's that, Shady? This is not intended for the missing Iraq cash. You're not supposed to know about this. Maybe this is why. Maybe this is what Iraq is or Iran is after, folks.
Maybe.
Huh. How much money cash was sent to Iran? Wait, if it worked in Iraq, why not replicate in Iran? How much money cash was sent to Iran? Let's find out. Look it. Now we're what? Man. All right. So, who controls the distribution of funds? Who accounts for the funds? Who has access to the funds? Who really has access to the funds? Do funds return in the form of political donations? Bernie Sanders just got $34 million.
Yeah, and what's his name? Buttigieg got 27 or 30 something.
So do funds return in the form of political donations?
Yes.
Do funds return in the form of massive donations to foundation and or institutes?
Yes.
Do funds return in the form of offshore bank accounts for future payments payoffs?
Yes.
Replicate environment, green, aid assist, etc. There's no honest control in place, no checks and balances in place, no safeguarders in place. Threat of an outsider becoming president, loss of control, trillions of dollars are at stake. Controlled by groups of special interest. Illusion of democracy. Welcome to the real world. We cannot afford to lose this rare opportunity to right the wrongs. We, the people, must reclaim what is rightfully ours. We must rise. We must fight. God bless the United States of America. And let's go to the YouTube video that is here. I bet you I know what it is.
Is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. The Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exist for only one reason: to protect and enrich itself. The establishment has trillions of dollars at stake in this election. For those who control the levers of power in Washington and for the global special interest, they partner with these people that don't have your good in mind. Our campaign represents a true existential threat like they haven't seen before. This is not simply another 4-year election. This is a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not we, the people, reclaim control over our government. The political establishment that is trying to stop us is the same group responsible for our disastrous trade deals, massive illegal immigration, and economic and foreign policies that have bled our country dry. The political establishment has brought about the destruction of our factories and our jobs as they flee to Mexico, China, and other countries all around the world. It's a global power structure that is responsible for the economic decisions that have robbed our working class, stripped our country of its wealth, and put that money into the pockets of a handful of large corporations and political entities. This is a struggle for the survival of our nation. And this will be our last chance to save it. This election will determine whether we're a free nation or whether we have only the illusion of democracy, but are in fact controlled by a small handful of global special interests rigging the system, and our system is rigged. This is reality. You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it. The Clinton machine is at the center of this power structure. We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents, in which Hillary Clinton meets in secret with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. Honestly, she should be locked up. The most powerful weapon deployed by the Clintons is the corporate media, the press. Let's be clear on one thing. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. They're a political special interest, no different than any lobbyist or other financial entity with a total political agenda, and the agenda is not for you, it's for themselves. Anyone who challenges their control is deemed a sexist, a racist, a xenophobe. They will lie, and then again, they will do worse than that. They will do whatever's necessary. The Clintons are criminals, remember that. This is well documented, and the establishment that protects them has engaged in a massive cover-up of widespread criminal activity at the State Department and the Clinton Foundation in order to keep the Clintons in power. They knew they would throw every lie they could at me and my family and my loved ones. They knew they would stop at nothing to try to stop me. Nevertheless, I take all of these slings and arrows gladly for you. I take them for our movement so that we can have our country back. I knew this day would arrive. It's only a question of when. And I knew the American people would rise above it and vote for the future they deserve. The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough to save our country is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt establishment is you, the American people. Our great civilization has come upon a moment of reckoning. I didn't need to do this, folks, believe me. I built a great company, and I had a wonderful life. I could have enjoyed the fruits and benefit of years of successful business deals and businesses for myself and my family, instead of going through this absolute horror show of lies, deceptions, malicious attacks. Who would have thought? I'm doing it because this country has given me so much, and I feel so strongly that it's my turn to give back to the country that I love. I'm doing this for the people and for the movement, and we will take back this country for you, and we will make America great again.
Boom. That pretty much is a nice wrap-up of everything that we've been doing here, Shady, today, huh?
Sure is.
So doesn't it look like the president of this United States, President Donald J. Trump, is pretty much telling us exactly what we've just read to you today?
Yep.
Press 45.
Verbatim, the exact.
The Great
carbon
Conspiracy
copy.
says, so proud to be a part of this truther movement to be free the people, to free the people. Where we go one, we go all. Keep up the Great Awakening journalism, guys. This, Shady, I couldn't have said, I mean, all you really do, we know all of the intricacies today. We've learned a lot together, folks. I've seen these posts, but I've learned more here, reading them out loud with you, looking at the articles, folks. This is amazing. Q post 1323. We've only got 2 more, guys. This is it. So this is watch at 16 minutes. So let's go over here and watch at 16 minutes. So everything that we've talked about today.
Right now?
Hang on one second. Everything that we've talked about today, folks, is on this broadcast along with the Iran. So Iran unlocked this map. Like, I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? Shady, here we go at 16 minutes.
That's what he said. Right. Now, with all of that, of course you have to look at corruption. Are we going to be sending massive amounts of money to a country and they're corrupt and they steal the money and it goes into everybody's bank account? So you have to look at that. And I will tell you this about Joe Biden. I never said it specifically on him, but I watched Joe Biden with the prosecutor, who a lot of people said was a great prosecutor, and they took him off. And he was prosecuting that company. And the kid who never made 10 cents in his life and all of a sudden is making millions of dollars the day he... I mean, you tell me, this is a guy who got thrown out of the Navy dishonorably. He gets thrown out of the Navy shortly thereafter and made no money. Went through, made no money.
But Mr. President,
then all of a sudden his father becomes VP, and he's making
it's corruption.
millions and
Shush,
millions of dollars,
kill me.
not only from there, but from China.
So, Mr. President, the accusation is this.
All right. I don't need to hear his stuff because we have it all.
Why do you need to interrupt someone when they're telling you something if there's not something that he's saying that you don't like him saying and you want him to stop it?
Because somebody's the clown is in his earpiece going, "Kill me, stop him, stop him, stop him. Make your upside down pyramid sign. Go.
Do something. Do anything."
So this is it. Are we going to be sending massive amounts of money that simply goes into other people's personal bank accounts? Theft. That's our president that said that. Who audits where this foreign aid actually goes? Nobody. Foreign aid country X, because we saw that it happened in Iraq, now Iran, folks. Personal bank accounts. Plus U.S. persons involved, guys. Think Iran, think Paris Accord attempt. Think all corruption. Do you think George Soros is spending his own money regarding push of radical viewpoint adoption? U.S. taxpayer payments, aid, directly George Soros organizations. Reread drops on foreign aid. Listen carefully, and this is the video. Again,
our movement
is about... Okay, this is an important video. Listen carefully. Returning power to the people. Draining the swamp. POTUS is fighting for you. It's been a long time since we've had a non-corrupt POTUS who cares for the people and not himself. Q. Shady, take the next one. The last one here. This is recent.
3634, the Dems' internal infiltration issues with protecting national security. Deliberate? Do you believe in coincidences? Dianne Feinstein, Chinese spy, inserted for 20 plus years?
And we'll go to the article, guys, because it's important.
You mean Dianne Feinstein has a traitor amongst her staff?
Yeah.
That's not a big story.
No, that's not big.
August 4, 2018.
No, that's not big.
No, nobody ever talked about it in the media when it happened.
And she basically runs the Senate. Well, the black hat piece, right? All right, so there's that article there. Go ahead, Shady.
A1 IT scandal.
Oh, there's an article for that too, guys. I think I'm getting attacked. Democrats' IT scandal set to explode with possible plea deal, guys. June 6, 2018.
And now we know that this is in the news again. It's coming back around.
And guess who it has ties to?
And guess who was out there flubbing around about how the president can't strike Soleimani?
Right. And remember when the A1 operation, we read that today to you guys, right? When did it start?
That was in one of the very first Q posts. Within the first 4 days of the Q post, we were talking about A1.
That's right. Guys, this is amazing. All right, Shady, keep going, my friend.
And then Omar paid foreign agent.
Let's see. Ilhan Omar, accused of being a paid agent of Qatar and accessing secret or sensitive info for Iran. For Iran. Shady, keep going.
Oh, the Clinton server China relay?
What? Chinese company reportedly hacked Clinton's server, got copy of every email in real time, guys. Rep. Louis Gohmert.
Given access.
Access given.
Look at the way the news spins. They're not telling you the truth.
Well, that's actually that wasn't a news guy. That was Rep. Gohmert.
Right, but it was still. They're still saying
yes
that it was hacked.
Yes.
It's not hacked.
Right. Agree.
You know, I mean, like, let's be realistic. That's what he may not even know. Who knows what he knows?
Right on.
It's irrelevant.
Exactly.
I know it wasn't a hack.
100%.
Valerie Jarrett, direct delay to Iran, pre and post Iran deal, future marker. Kerry, direct relay to Iran, pre and post Iran deal, future marker. If known, why is it allowed to happen? If known, will there be justice? It's only a matter of time. Q.
And our president today actually tweeted this. Let's go ahead and listen to
our
this.
Constitution and many other things.
Hang on.
I have an actual obligation and a duty. I don't care about politics. I don't care about Biden's politics. I never thought Biden was going to win, to be honest. I was investigated, and they think it could have been by UK. They think it could have been by Australia. They think it could have been by Italy. So when you get down to it, I was investigated by the Obama administration.
Let's go over this again. America has treaties with Ukraine and China. Treaties about crime and corruption. It allows both governments to help with investigations and share information.
Right.
Biden
So
isn't above
I
the
really
law.
wanted to point out what the president said there, guys, and that was huge. Shady, this has been pretty incredible show today. We've covered a lot, guys. Here is some U1 stuff, guys, that Poussaint dug up for us today. We'll drop that in there. U1 Canada. Remember, we saw U1 Canada. We've got the whole flow chart here, guys. How did Iran obtain the uranium, guys? Why did Barack Obama send billions in cash and wire to Iran? U1, Canada, EU, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Syria, Pakistan, Iran, next. Money, not security. Owned politicians, folks. This is the big con cover-up. Shady. Final words, because we've been here a long time, brother.
I think I think that this show is going to serve as a good future marker for you guys to send people back to reference what we're talking about whenever we're talking about Iran. We're not just talking about killing of a person. We're talking about a deep entrenched corruption that goes back 150 years with this country, and a cabal connection that no one wants to see, and everybody wants to paint that you're this and you're that and you're anti this and you're a Semite and you don't like Muslims and you don't like this. It's all for division.
I hate lies.
Let's see if we can try to unite each other around the world behind the idea that we are tired of our money, no matter whose money it is, being spent for corrupt politicians to stay in power. That's what's going on. So if they can keep the corrupt politicians in power, then their little con continues to go for another generation. This has got to stop. This has got to end. I'm tired of the fake news pawning over these people. I'm tired of them pretending like they have the story. I'm tired of them pretending like they don't know what's going on. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. And we are here to stop it.
You are the news now, guys. You have the truth. You know the truth. Thank you for this awesome show in the Matrix and Truth for Freedom. Much love, Michelle. Thank you. I have to admit, I am impressed. Great job, Patriots. Thank you, Michael. Poussaint, thank you for everything today. All you awesome, beautiful mods. Sandy White is right. We do have it all. Guys, much, much love. This has been an amazing show. We've been on here for 3 hours and 23 minutes. We love you. But you know what? We got to go. Much love, guys. See you tomorrow.
Boom.
Yep. Hang on, guys. Apparently, I am crashing. I'm going to stop the share, Shady. Here we go. Get out there. Support everybody. Support your president. Red pill the people. Do not accept the mainstream media's narrative. You know the narrative. You know what it is. Much, much love, everybody. Love you. Peace.